important man about Immobilier Brazil counter out 8 billion. I have no idea what that means. Do you have a website? Yeah, I have a bunch of websites. The10minutetrader.com. All right, so we should be streaming now, so you guys should be able to see my screen. Whoops, wrong one. I got 5 different accounts. I only share 2 of them with you guys. All right. Has the place in Brazil? Nope, I've never been to Brazil. It's on my list. It's on the bucket list. I would like to see the statue of Christ the Redeemer. I really would. I like to look down upon Rio de Janeiro. Nice view. All right. So I like Macy's. I do. Next on the list, LUV, Southwest Airlines. 29, no. 14, 29, 31. Okay. All right. Look at the price right here. Southwest Airlines, 29.14. The 29s are going for 45. You take the 14 cents off there, you're going to get 31. 31 is still over 29%. So it was a big pleasure. I'm sure it was, you know. No, okay. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias, señor. Hasta luego. Okay, where are we? Okay, so we're going to take a look at Southwest Airlines. A year ago today, we were at 32. A couple of months later, mid-July, we're at 39.45. Now, we dropped down to a double bottom the beginning of November at 21.91. Now, the last 90 days, okay, 90 days ago today, we opened up at 28.60. Okay, day later, we're at the bottom at 27.30. From there, nice escalation to the 90-day top. The 90-day top is 35.18. All right, so let's look at the last 30 days. So 30 days ago today, we opened up at 34.24. Went sideways for a little bit. Okay, sideways for a little bit. Topped out at 35.05. Okay, now, when you're at a high, a 30-day high, 90-day high, 1-year high, if you don't take your profits, look what happens. The market maker takes it away from you. Okay, look at that big, huge gap to the downside. Where do you think that came from? That's the market maker taking those profits away. Yep. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to come up with a new bottom. So you're at a 30-day top on the 8th of March. Huge drop. Now, this is 35.05. 4 days later, you're at the 30-day bottom at 27.76. Yeah, profit taking. If you don't take your profits, what I tell people, when you see a profit, take it. Because you can always, you take your profit, and if you really like it, jump back in. What's it going to cost you? $2 or $3 for the commission? Okay, you jump in, you get your profit, you go out. Okay? Profit taking sideways to the upside. So we're like 4 or 5 days to the upside now. Okay, so our 30-day bottom was on the 14th. All right, now for 1, 2, yeah, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So going to the upside, we're at 29.18. All right, so what does this stock normally do this time of year? This time of year, we look at the seasonality chart. Now, for those of you that are new here, the red line represents 10 years worth of data. Okay, that's 2014, 15, 16, 17, all the way up to last year. Okay, 10 years worth of data. Okay, from January 1st to December 31st. This is the average movement over that 10-year period. This blue line represents this year only. Okay, she shoots up, drops down, now she's going back to the upside. See that little tiny drop to the upside? Hello, Man Covert. How are you today? And thanks for following. All right, so we're sitting at 29.14. This is what it's going to do for the next couple of weeks. Hypothetically speaking, let's go sideways. Which site is good and understandable for a new trader? Hey, Mr. Zaki, you know what? Before you say anything like that, sit back, chill. I'm here till 11:30. another 2 hours. Just see if it makes sense. Okay, I only invest in stocks that have 20 years of increased dividends, 20 years or more. Okay, so it's a dividend kings. That's 50 years, that's 5 decades of increased dividends. Okay, higher and higher and higher dividends. Why? Well, if and when the stock goes down, because don't kid yourself, they do go down. They go up, they go down. Stocks do not come to your house and cook you dinner in bed. They do not come wash your dishes. They do not wash your car. They don't do anything. They go up, they go up, they go down. That's all they do. Okay? So, when the stock is going to the downside, it's nice to know that they're going to increase their dividend payments to you or to me. That's why I only do 20 years or more of increased dividends. Because worst case scenario, I want to be reassured that I'm getting higher and higher dividends. All right, so I like LUV. I like the charts. The numbers are okay. Let's take a look the next couple of weeks. Okay, nice stair step to the upside. I like that. Hey, Mr. Al, show up. I am very Pablo. Please give me the money. Okay. That's a $1.7 trillion spending bill. Halloween on top of your bags. I have no idea what that means. Really, honestly don't. All right, so 29.14 is what the current price is. So the 29s are going for 45 cents. All right, so what I know it doesn't sound like a lot of money. Now I say 45 cents. No, it's 45 cents per share. Okay, so every 100 shares, it's 45 bucks. Beginner, what is a dividend? A dividend is your share of the profits. I just follow you, buddy, for some knowledge. You seem to be genuine and honest chat. What? Thank you for that. 20 years dividend investment. Do you mean continuous dividends for over 20 years? That's exactly what I mean. Okay, so if they're paying, ooh, you know what? This is being broadcast on YouTube. Okay, this is being broadcast on YouTube. So let's go over there and take a quick gander at some stocks that continuously increase on a consistent basis. MSFT. Okay, we're going to take a quick look at Microsoft. I had to go back to here. $90, $100. All right, there we go. Back to 100%. All right, now I want to look at historical data. Okay, historical data. It tells me all the information for however long I want to look. So what are these stocks you buying? I'm not buying anything. I'm just taking a look at the numbers. Okay, so historical prices only. Okay, you click on here, historical prices. You come down and you hit dividends only. All right, dividends only. That's all I want to see. I want to see how often do they increase their dividends. Okay, now I'm going to come over to here, right? I'm going to click on that, and I want to do the max. I want to see how often they increase their dividends. If you think this is a top, you will find yourself at the top of the bell curve. Thanks, Halloween. All right, so let's take it backwards. Are you ready? So watch the numbers. We're going to go all the way back to the very beginning. Now, this is Microsoft. Okay, year one, they paid 8 cents. Okay, that was 2003, 2004. 8, then the 308, then to 8, then 2006 it was at 9, 2007 it was 10, 2008 it was 11, 2009 13, 2010 it was at 13, 2010, all right, 2011 16, 2010, 2012 20, then 23, then 28, then 31, then 36, then 42, then 46, then 51, then 56, then 62, 68, 75. Continuously going higher and higher. How long do you hold? Well, is there any means Forex related, please? Absolutely no Forex whatsoever. Why dividends, SV? Well, absolute worst case scenario, okay? Let's say the stock market crashes, which there is a stock market crash every decade. Don't kid yourself. Look at your history. Every decade, there is a pullback crash recession, whatever you want to call it. Every decade there is a crash. Something goes wrong. Every decade. Okay? But there's always a recovery after that. Okay? So, I buy only stocks that have increased for 20 years or more. So year after year after year, higher and higher and higher dividends. Why? Well, because worst case scenario, I want to make sure I have income coming in. Higher and higher dividends every year. That's my share of the profit. Now, somebody asked what a dividend was. A dividend is your portion of the profits. You have two different companies. One that share profits and one that don't. Hey, you like this one? One's that share profits and one that don't. One that shares profit, one that don't. Okay. However you want to look at it. Austin, how you doing? Yeah, so that's why I like dividends. Worst case scenario, at least the company gives pay higher and higher dividend. Now, you have the dividend kings, which are 50 years. That's 5 decades of increased dividends. You have a mirror, you have video, because everything is backwards. Actually, it's not backwards to me. And this is on camera. The cameras are in front of me. Okay, so if they were backwards with this camera, then that camera and that camera would be odd. And I would be looking at 3 different things. It would drive me freaking nuts. So I have this right here being live broadcast to YouTube for your convenience. So if you're on your phone, yeah, it'll be backwards. Go on your computer, this will be forwards. Okay? And eventually, at some point in time, yeah, I will get it squared away so it all looks normal. Eventually, I want to get one of those. I just found out about that. All right, I have no idea what you're talking about, Randy, but okay. Eventually, I will get one of those Vibe boards. Oh, I can't wait to get one of those interactive whiteboard. This would be cool. All right, anyway, so you go to Yahoo Finance. Now, you can use Yahoo Finance. You can use Google Finance. You can use the New York Stock Exchange Finance. You can use almost any financial website that has historical data and find out how often the company has increased their dividends. Okay, this is Microsoft. They increase every year. Okay, now we all know who Microsoft is. Okay, we may not like the old boy. He's a dick, you know. He thinks he's above everyone. But anyway, that's besides the point. Let's get back to where we were. Here we are. So yeah, I like LUV. Now, LUV, right now, 29.14. Right, 29.14. I could buy it at 29, sell some of the rights to buy it from me at 29. See, I'm buying at 29.14, and I'm selling somebody else the right to buy it from me at 29. Microsoft in 10 years will be almost $1 trillion marketplace, in my opinion. Okay. I really don't care. You know, Randy, it's on my list. So every 90 days, I will look at Microsoft. And if Microsoft pays me 1% per week, I'll buy it. If not, I'll go to something else. But at this moment in time, I'm looking for a safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week. At this moment in time, if Microsoft comes up on the list, I'll take a look. If the options and the premiums and the dividends, everything works all together and I get 1%, I'll buy it. If not, I'll say thank you. Dr. Fauci, you're back again. Doesn't change the fact that you are yet to receive all your, yeah, that ain't freaking happening. You can kiss my, brown rosebud. Okay, I really don't care. Over my dead body while taking all those damn vaccines. Do you sell options, Randy? Yes, I do. How long do you hold your share for those weekly dividends? Okay, I don't get weekly dividends. You're new here, so if you just sit, chill, hang out, you'll watch exactly what I do. All right? Now, I do weekly options. The weekly options are what gives me that 1% per week, not the dividends. The dividends are kind of like a consolation prize. Okay, so I buy Southwest Airlines just before they pay out their dividend. If I get the 1%, great. If not, I'll get a premium and I'll collect a dividend. And that will give me more than 1%. My goal is 1% per week. Okay. Do you like holding stocks long term? Okay. Now, the longest I've ever held on that, I've been investing for 20 odd years. Okay. The longest I've ever held anything was 9 months. That was last year. And I didn't do it on purpose. I bought it, the stock kept going down, down, down. I have 5 rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't plan on holding long term. I didn't plan on selling it, so I bought it and never sell at a loss. I didn't sell it until it went back up again. It has to have 20 years of increased dividends. It did, so I collected 3 dividends on it. Held it for 9 months. I collected 3 dividends and 20 premiums. Okay. What else would I want to say? Oh, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Never sell at a loss. Have to have 20 years of increased dividends. Have to have weekly options, and the numbers all have to work. All right, Dr. Fauci, I have 5 accounts. I like to do between 4 and 5 positions. 4 positions is 25, 25, 25, 25. 5 positions is 20, 20, 20. I know someone of your intelligence can't figure that out, but okay. All right. So let's get back to the question. Where was I? Oh, okay. So Southwest Airlines is paying out 45 cents. Now, remember, I'm losing 14 cents right at the top. So I subtract the 14 cents. Okay, now where does the 14 cents come from? Well, take a look at the purchase price. The purchase price is $29.14. So if I buy it at $29.14 and I sell somebody the 29 call, which gives them the right to buy it from me between tomorrow morning and Friday afternoon at 29, I'm losing 14 cents. So I'm going to take that 14 cents off of the premium, which is 45 cents. So that leaves me a grand total of 31 cents. Now we take that profit, that's the profit per share, and you divide that by the purchase price, which 29 bucks, because we already subtracted. Start investing like a real man. Quit investing pennies. Hedge funds are profitable for a reason. All right, Dr. Fauci, you name me one hedge fund that gets more than 50% per year for over 15 years. Then I'll start listening to you. Until then, keep your opinions to yourself. Thank you very much. So I'm going to take in the 31 cents, which is my profit. I'm going to divide it by the purchase price, which at this moment in time is 29 bucks. 29. That gives me a grand total of 1.06. Now, if I do that every week, that comes to a grand total of 55.5%. Okay, now I personally think 55.5% is pretty good. Okay, it takes me less than 10 or 15 minutes a day. Okay, 10 or 15 minutes a day is about a little about an hour a week. All right, Joan, you can sell again next week. That's exactly right. For beginners, what is a good amount to start with? You can basically start with anything. Probably wants to buy Pfizer. Yeah, well, Pfizer is on my list, believe it or not. Okay, start paper trading. Don't invest money until you understand the whole process. Wow, Mr. Fauci, you've actually said something that makes sense. I tell everybody, you start out, you do paper trading first. Once you get comfortable, then invest some real money into it. Until then, that's it. All right. Love to hike. Nice to see you again. All right. I invested millions of dollars in fires. Of course you did, because you stole it from the freaking general public. You and all those other corrupt a-holes. Anyway, let's get back to where we were before we were so rudely interrupted. All right. 3M is next on our list from last night. 3M. Now, let's take a look at 3M. 3M 94.02 was the last trade. We got a 93.75 by 93.85. That can't be right. That can't be. Nope, 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 nope. All right. I'm going to read this to you. See if this makes any sense, okay? Last trade, 94.02. Bid, 93.75. Ask, 93.85. Okay, the closest one's going to be the 94. $11.95? That's freaking unreal. Crash due to settlement. Okay. I have no problem jumping in on that. Can you take a look at Abbott? ABT. ABT. Okay, who's with me? I want to take a look at 3M. Do you see the premiums? The premiums are freaking nuts. 93.85. The 94s are going for $11. bucks. This is 3M we're talking about. 3M's been in business for over 100 years. They've been a dividend king for more than 5 decades. Of course I'm going to take a close look at it. That's crazy, Elliot. Yes, it is. And I do actually have some money left over. I know what I'm doing tomorrow. All right, so let's take a quick gander at it. A year ago today, 105. The high of the year, we got a double high at 112.96. We got a bottom at 85.64. Last 90 days. 90 days ago today was the 90-day high, and that was 110.66. We went sideways for a couple of weeks, gapped down, dropped. We had a previous, this is called a previous, hold on a second. Wow, all right. Does that nightgown come in men's? That's the cute. Nice to see your education get you something that witty. 12 billion settlement, option not traded proper. Okay. PAA is paying over 7% yield. Okay, John, you're new to this because 7% yield, unless that's monthly or weekly, it don't mean diddly. How about WIN? W-I-M. Okay. W-I-N-N. W-Y-N-N. All right, so I'd like to see who the new CEO is at 3M, but I like those numbers. And you know what? Here's an interesting thing. Now, I know you guys, some of you may or may not remember the Exxon Valdez. Okay, when the Exxon Valdez spilled that oil all over the Puget Sound, way up in Alaska area. Okay, Exxon stock tanked. Okay, look where they are now. British Petroleum, when they sprung a leak in the Gulf of Mexico, tanked. I looked at British Petroleum at $54 a share. I said, no flipping way. I jumped in, and then there you go. Inspire the world. Let me join. All right, well, you know where it is. You come up here to the bio right there. You will see the 10-minute trader. You follow the 10-minute trader, and that takes you where you want to go. Stephen Putnam. Do you stagger your stock buys throughout the week, or do you buy everything? I buy everything on Monday. 98% of all of my money is invested on Monday. I leave just 2% behind in case I have to buy something back on Fridays. Okay, I learned my lesson on that one. Okay, I used to invest everything, but no, now I leave a little bit left just in case I have to do something during the week. Because I'll give you the famous Kennedy quote. Somebody likes this quote. Cannot answer the questions of Friday afternoon with the information I possessed on a Monday. It's not exactly what he said, but he said we can't answer the questions of tomorrow with the knowledge we possess today. Okay, that's John F. Kennedy said that when they were trying to figure out how the hell are we going to get to the moon and back. Well, can't answer the questions of tomorrow with what information we possess today. All right, so anyway, what about Abbott? Like the dividends. I want to know your opinion. Okay, okay. You see the list? This is the list. Abbott is right down here. Okay, you were a little late to the party. So you got all these people in front of you. Say, we're going to get to Abbott. Just chill. All right. 3M. Let's get back to 3M here for a second. Now, so as I was saying, Exxon Valdez stock tanked. Okay, 20, 30 years later, nobody really says anything about it. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a tragedy. However, you go back in history, okay? Take a look at history. Yes, when it happened, it was a tragedy. But what came out of that tragedy? They've discovered new bacteria. They've discovered new ways of protecting the environment in case of those situations. So you can't get new information without a travesty happening. It just doesn't work that way. Market maker pushing 3M down. Well, Al, I don't think that was the market maker that did that. I think there was somebody mentioned something about the lawsuit went out. Now, this is one of those instances where I tell people stocks move for 2 reasons and 2 reasons only. Okay, 2 reasons only. A known reason or an unknown reason. Nobody saw this coming. Okay, nobody knew that was going to happen, and the market maker was just going to dump it overnight. Nobody knew that. But now that we know it, we can react to it. So now you ask yourself this question. Okay, now if Exxon Valdez I mean, if ExxonMobil can recover after that happened, if British Petroleum dropped down to 54, okay, 54 is unheard of for British Petroleum back then, okay? Bid and ask prices for tomorrow. Yeah, Al, we're going to take a look at 3M first thing tomorrow morning. I didn't spend all my money today, so I got a little chunk left, and I might just dump that into 3M tomorrow, depending on what it opens up at. So, for those of you that are in the group in the mornings, we're going to take a look at 3M. All right, so that being said, now, what happens in the company, yeah, they have an issue. They have insurance for this, they have backups for this, they have all these kind of things in place. 3M has been in business for over 100 years. 100 years. Something happened good. They get rid of the CEO, they get somebody else in there. However, they've increased their dividends for over 5 decades. All right, so do you think they're going to continue? And do you think this new CEO is going to come in and say, you know what, we're going to have to cut the dividends? No, new CEO ain't going to want to do that. You do that as a new CEO, yeah, you got to start back at day one again. All right, the only other company I've ever seen do that was Yum Brands, Y-U-M. They were a dividend king. They cut their dividends. Boom. Now they're working their way back up the list again. Okay, how long does it take to become a dividend king? 50 years. Now, do they want to do that at 3M? I don't know. That's a tough decision. Okay, I do not want to be the person who's going to make up that decision. But needless to say, in the morning we'll take a time, do a little bit of research, and find out why I did it. Okay, find out what's going on. What about Apple going down for the last week? Apple's going down because they're having issues over in Europe. Okay, 3M is now a monthly on Robinhood. Well, 3M is still a weekly here. Okay, this is Thinkorswim, which is owned by Charles Schwab, which is one of the biggest brokers in the world. Okay, Robinhood, don't get me wrong, I love Robinhood. Okay, but Robinhood's not as big as Charles Schwab. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to take a look at 3M only because, like I said, they're dividend king. They've been in business for over 100 years. It changed today. Well, we'll take a look at it. It doesn't hurt to take a look. As a matter of fact, company news. Here we go. Economic data leaves equity markets, blah, blah, blah. 3M shares are traded higher after the company's previous announced settlement. Okay. Swing expansion, blah, blah, blah. Equity, blah, blah. 3M spinoff Solvent is down 16%. What happened? Blah, blah, blah. Monday's rapid fire 3M, AT&T, blah, blah, blah. What's going on with the post-market maker 3M stock today? 3M's 12 billion, okay, Forever Chemicals and drinking water, okay. Industrial, blah, 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 blah. Settlement, 3M's, blah, blah, blah. Settlement got final approval. 3M said that on March 29th came its previous announced settlement agreement, blah, blah, blah. Settlement water, drinking, blah, 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 blah. Economic data leaves equity market mix yields spring. Okay. All right, so they have a lawsuit. What's the big deal? You make it sound like a big corporation that's been 100 years old is not going to have a lawsuit every once in a while. Of course they are. Will not let me buy a covered call. It's grayed out. Oh, well. Okay, let's go here. Let's go there. And we like the 94s. The 94s. Limit order. Market order. Okay, please note you have selected a weekly option. The following order is expected to place the account in concentrated position, blah, 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 blah. With market orders, price can change quickly, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so buy 10 covered 3M. It's letting me do it, but that's to put it in this evening. That's freaking ridiculous. That just can't happen. Okay, there's the order right there. Okay, if I send it, okay, you're buying with designated minus blah, 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 yeah, whatever. Rejected below 0. Oh, I don't have enough money. That's funny. All right, I can't do that many. So let's go. How much do I have? Oh, 12,000. All right. No, I can't do that many either. All right, try it again. One more time. 300 shares. All right, 300 shares. 300, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, well, that's order set for tomorrow. I don't know why mine's grayed out. What are you buying? 3M. I just wanted to see if it would go through. Okay, see, what does it look like? Pending orders, blah, blah, blah. Active 1 order. Okay. Okay. Right, the top one, right there. It says covered, sell 3 contracts, buy 300 shares, the 94s at the market, blah, blah, blah. 81.85. 81.35. Let's see if it works. You never know. First thing in the morning, that should fill. I'm still with TD Ameritrade, and it won't let me open the option on 3M. If you buy now, won't you sell them? All right, the way it works, all right, with the trade that I just did, that is, I'm buying 300 shares, and I'm selling 3 contracts at the exact same time. Okay, so they'll buy the 300 shares first, and then they will sell the 3 contracts. 3M on Robinhood won't let me open it up either. Okay, I can't do it because my phone is right there. So I'll take a look at it later. And we'll take a look at it in the morning. You can't do anything now anyway because the market's closed. Well, we'll take a look at it in the morning because the news that I saw didn't say anything about whether or not they've changed to weekly or monthly. Okay, March 28th, so 3M, 5 days ago. 3M changes, strikes, price changes, blah, 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 multiplier yield. So 3M, blah, 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 blah. Options explained, 3M dividend yield, blah, 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 blah. All right, we're looking at the data. Why would they change from weekly to the monthly? Flip and flex, I don't know. Buy, sell, same time. What does that mean? All right, Haynes. To do a covered call, okay, that's basically what we're doing here. We're doing covered calls just before the EX date. Why? Well, because the EX date represents when the dividend is paid out. Why are we doing that before the dividend? Well, because the dividend has a tendency to make the stock go up before the dividend paid. Okay, so if the dividend is next week, the stock has a tendency to go up in value. When the stock goes up in value, the option price goes up in value. When the option price goes up in value, it gives you a higher rate of return. The higher rate of return equals to 1% or more per week. That's what I'm looking for. Anomalies in the stock pricing just before the EX date. Now, when you do a covered call, you have to buy the stock first. So 100 shares of stock equals to 1 option contract. Okay, so if I buy 3M at $70 and I sell Pete the option to buy it from me at $70, the exact same price I just paid for it, he's going to pay me a premium, which is purchasing a call option from me. Now, that call option that he buys from me is going to equal 1% or more. That's where I get my safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week. By buying stocks just before the EX date, selling somebody the rights to buy it from me, them paying me a premium, which is a call option. Now, they're buying the call option because they think the stock's going to go up. I'm selling a call option because I really don't care if the stock goes up. I just want that 1% per week. I want to buy a good quality stock, $70, sell it to them at $70. They pay me 1%. I'm good. That's all I care for. 1% safe, secure, predictable, and consistent. Why would they change? All right, you gotta ask that question. We haven't gotten there yet. I'm looking at the news on Google, And I'm not seeing, after evaluating trading volume interest, it's evident that the major market moves focus on price band between 80 and 90. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. I'm not seeing anything. All right, no, it's not saying anything in the news, so I couldn't tell you. On E-Trade, no options available on 3M. I checked other stocks, and they're still showing up. I hope you switched over to the new system, QFS, to apply for your QFS card. Calvin Hill, how are you? Nice of you to show up. But I do appreciate it, Mr. Calvin. Let's go to Yahoo Finance. All right, so the call is going for 1650 in the money. It doesn't say any not well it's still available or not. Open interest. All right, there's one open interest. Implied volatility 451%. Ouch. Okay, so we'll see if it works. We don't know, but it's there. Okay, it's on Yahoo Finance. Okay, here's all the options. Okay, the 60, the 84, 85, 87, 89. Okay, all the way up to 120. Okay, so I really couldn't, I can't tell you. Okay, not until we find out what happens in the morning. You know, I put the trade in first thing in the morning. It'll either fill or it won't. All right, so let's get back to where we were. Webull shows weekly options. There you go, Wade. All right, where are we? All right, let's go back here. All right, so anyway, let's take a look at the last 30 days. All right, so 30 days ago today, we opened up at 92.04, went sideways for a little bit, jumped up, have a double high at 109.10. Hopefully it's the app issue because I love trading 3M. Oh, so do I. Fidelity shows monthly, but when ordering weekly. Okay. Okay, so we have a double top right here on the 20th and the 21st. From there, 3 days of downside, 2 days up, and then whatever this situation is. Okay, so they made a settlement on it. Okay, big deal. Okay, so they made a settlement with Exxon. Exxon went back up. They made a settlement with Rocco. We haven't looked at Walgreens yet. We're going to get there in a little bit because Walgreens is on the list. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So Exxon. Okay, they fixed the mess with whatever they paid the big fine, cleaned up the mess. All right. Same thing with British Petroleum. Billions upon billions of dollars they dished out. What's British Petroleum doing now? What? Just for fun of the BP. Exxon. XOM. Oh, yeah. Look at Exxon. You think they're doing bad? No. 116, 117. All right. BP. 37. Okay. Now, I remember when British Petroleum had the leak in the Gulf. The stock went from wherever it was, dropped to almost 50%. And I was taking a look at it and I said, you got to be kidding me. So I bought a bunch of them, and of course, they went back up. You got these big, huge companies that have been in business forever. Okay, 3M, 100 years. You really think that this minor little glitch is going to make them go belly up? Probably not. PVH. Now, when I say I've never heard of something, you got to kind of think to yourself, if I've never heard of it, and I've been doing this for over 20 years, on Yahoo, 3M, there is a zero volume on options today. The last trade was Thursday. Yep. Implied volatility is huge, but there's no volume. Yep, no volume anywhere. Well, imagine that. No volume on the monthlies either. Okay, well, which we all know that's not true because people have bought options for these things, weeks ago, months ago. They don't just eliminate them overnight. Something goes wrong, they got to figure it out. So what are they going to figure out? All right, 12. All right, there we go. Whatever. All right, so what's a non-standard option? 3M is going off the S&P, right? That, Chris, I could not understand. Jen, a non-standard option is basically exactly what it sounds like. You have a regular option that pays on a consistent basis, and all of a sudden you got some wham with it. Remember what happened with Ford? Okay, there's a 1282s. Okay, 1282, that's a non-standard option. That usually happens when they pay out dividends and then they pay what is called a special dividend. Kind of throws things off. So then they have to change everything and let it get back to normal slowly. All righty. All right, so much for 3M. We'll find out more answers tomorrow. Again, cannot answer the questions of tomorrow with the knowledge we have today. What's the risk? Well, whenever you buy a stock, right, you own it. Okay, it has no expiration date. All right. Okay, there has no expiration date on the stock. Options have an expiration date. So whether it's a standard option or there's a special option or whatever, they do expire at some point in time. So what the risk is depends on where you are and what kind of position you've created. Okay, have you bought it? Have you sold it? Do you have anything supporting it? Is it naked? Is it covered? There's so many different questions. It expires only in bankruptcy. Well, alrighty then. All right, so next on the list is PG, Procter and Gamble, another 100-year-old company. See what Procter and Gamble is up to. Procter and Gamble. 160.58. All right, 160.58. The 160s are going for $1.18. Nope. Love your content. Thank you, Gracie. Thanks. Going back into the clock. You have fun with that one, Jen. All right, so Procter & Gamble's a no, only because, don't get me wrong, I love Procter & Gamble. They've been in business over 100 years. They are also a dividend king. I don't like them because the numbers just don't work. And look at the run-up on the stock, okay? We're down here, okay, back in December. Look at this. Okay, if you honestly think that there's not going to be profit-taking somewhere, you're sadly mistaken. Look, see, this is why I like looking at the one-year chart first. Okay, she goes up, profit taking, 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 up, profit taking. And look at all this profit right here. From the last bottom, all that. Yeah, no thank you. Not for me anyway. I'm not dissuading anyone from Procter & Gamble. Don't get me wrong, it's an awesome company. James, what does 10-minute trader mean? Well, all right. The story of the 10-minute trader, when my daughter was 9 years old, she kept asking me for money. She said, Dad, can you buy me this? Dad, can you buy me this? Dad, I want this. Dad, I want that. If you have children, you know exactly what I mean. So she was child number 3. And, after 3 kids, it's like, ugh. So anyway, I snapped. I said, why don't you get a job, get your own money? That was not a good thing. Anyway, make a long story short, she wanted to do what I was doing. I was trading back then. This was back in I've been trading since the 90s. But anyway, around 07 or 08. How about Starbucks? S-Bucks. We'll take a look. SBUX. Okay, so around 7:08, she wanted to know what I was doing, so I had to teach her. She wanted to learn. I said, okay, fine. So it means you lose your money. That's about it. You want to learn how to make $1 million in the stock market? You got to start out as a billionaire. Anyway, no, seriously. Okay, so when she was 9, she wanted to know what I was doing. So I had a very interesting task. How do I create a trading strategy so that she could trade? It had to be simple for a 9-year-old to understand it. It had to be safe so she would not lose anything. Why? What happens when a 9-year-old girl loses money? She cries. I would hear it from her, and then I would hear it from her mother. Yeah, no thanks. I don't want to go that road. Safe, secure, okay? Had to be simple, had to be safe, secure, predictable, consistent, and then no possible way she could lose. So I had to come up with 5 rules. The 5 rules were pretty simple. 1, never buy something you do not want to hold for a long period of time. 2, make sure that company has 20 years of increased dividends. Absolute worst case scenario. If the stock goes down, you're at least getting higher and higher dividends consistently. Okay? 3, has to have weekly options available. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Never buy something you don't want to hold long term. 2 is never sell at a loss. Never buy something you do not want to hold long term. Never sell at a loss. Make sure it has 20 years or more of increased dividends. Have weekly options. That's 4. And 5, make sure the numbers work. What do I mean by make sure the numbers work? Okay, what do I mean? Oops, move that out of the way. If I'm going to be buying it at 160.58, I'm going to sell somebody the right to buy it from me at 160. I'm going to lose 58 cents right off the top. The 160 is going for $1.18. Not even close to 1%. So that's a no. Okay, I didn't even look at the charts yet, but I can tell by looking at the chart it's a no. But it's a no by looking at the chart, because look at this run up from the bottom here to the top here. Yeah, no thank you. The numbers over here don't work. That's a double whammy to the no side. Hey, winner 86, nice to show up. Awesome. All right, so that's what it means. Okay, safe, secure, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. Five criteria: simple, safe, income had to be predictable, consistent, and there's no way she could lose. The 5 rules, 5 criteria, 5 rules. Never buy something you do not want to hold long term. Never sell at a loss. Make sure it has 20 years of increased dividends just in case that things go down. And weekly options, and make sure the numbers work out. I just did it 3 times. I'm not doing it again. Let's go back and see what's next. So Procter & Gamble is a no. Now somebody threw out ABR. ABR. Arbor Realty Trust. Now these things are usually no right off the top, but let's go through it. Okay, 1322, that's a definite no. Okay, if I'm buying it at 1322, I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at 13, I'm getting 15 cents, but I'm losing 22 right off the top. I'm paying someone to take it from me for less than what I paid for. No, nope. Okay. Ford, just to let you know, I bought Ford this morning. I did, had some money sitting around collecting dust. I said, see you later, bye. All right, so Ford, 1328. Okay, 1328. The 13s are going for 34 cents. You take 20 cents, 28 cents off of that? Yeah. What do you add? 6 cents? Yeah. You add 6 cents to that? That's 13.28. Yeah, no thank you. For Ford. I bought it anyway this morning because I only had, what, I think 1,500 left. What the hell can I pay 1,500 bucks and get something? All right, I think I made like 12 bucks off of it. So I bought 100 shares, made 12 bucks. It's 12 bucks more than I did have yesterday. All right. The person, thank you for answering that. But don't get me wrong, I like Ford. Now, I like Ford for several reasons. One, they're over 100 years old. One, they're very cheap. Okay, at $13.29, the book value is $14.78, I believe, somewhere around there. Because the book value is higher than the stock price. A year ago today, Ford was at $12.65. We got a double top in July at 1541. So we're still below the year bottom. All right. No, sorry. We're still below the year top and above the year bottom. The bottom is 1030. That was the end of October. So are we trading options? Yes, we are. Better be clever. Okay, now the last 90 days. The last 90 days, all right, we opened up at 1204. Okay, bottomed out on January 19th, and that was 1083. Okay, the top of the 90-day period was today. What a stupid time to buy. And I bought it. Why? Well, because it's Ford. I don't mind holding it. Anyway, the last 30 days, 30 days ago today, we opened up at 1253. Okay, bottomed out on the 18th, which was 2 weeks ago. Rocco, yeah, because Ford lost 600 million last quarter from operations. Did not buy Ford. Yeah, well, Rocco, I bought it anyway. You think that's the biggest mistake they've made? Hell no. Have you ever heard of the Edsel? Everything they told them to do, it is going to be the best car we've ever built. Everything that the public wants, except they had one major flaw with the Edsel. Does anybody know what the major flaw they had with the Edsel? After all the market data said, this is what the public wants. What was the flaw? Huge. Huge flaw. And they have the exact same flaw with the electric car. Okay? This is what the public wants. Okay, so Travis got it right off the bat. Exactly. The public didn't want it. The public is funny. We're fickle. We're a fickle bunch. We don't like to be told what we want. We don't. The Edsel may have been a great car. We didn't want to be told it was a great car. You're going to love it. No, we'll make up our own damn mind. Thank you very much. Okay, the Biden administration, they want to ram these electric cars down our throat. We said, fuck you. We don't like them. We like gas cars. We like to get in, turn the key, feel that power, feel that engine roar. That's what we want. Okay, and they have all this electric cars that they can't get rid of. Why? Because the public doesn't want it. Don't get me wrong, there are some people that do want it. Don't get me wrong, I'll get an electric car eventually, but I will make my own. Okay, I will. I do not want someone to have the ability to tap into my car and be able to tell me, turn right, turn left, stop, go fast or slow. No, hell no. I'll make my own damn electric car. Thank you very much. Don't get me wrong, I love Tesla too. But I do not want someone else to have the ability to override my choices. Okay, flip and fix. You have a Tesla. Okay, you ask any computer guy. They can get online, tap into your car. They can stop anytime they want you to. They can make you go faster anytime you want you to. They can make you go turn right whether you want to or not. Okay, yeah, no thank you. Yeah, the public didn't want it. The public will choose what the hell they want, and they do not like being told what they can or cannot buy. Okay, I hate it. You tell me I can't do something, I'm going to want to do it that much more. All right, so anyway, that's Ford. Yes, I did buy some Ford this morning. Okay, where am I with my Ford? Uh-oh, I didn't buy it in this account. There it is right there. Nope, I didn't buy it in that account either. There it is. It's in the money. Yeah, so I don't care less. 1326. I sold the 13s. All right. I'm making money off of it. Don't care. Thanks, 86. Let me get back out of this one. Whoops. Nope, that's not the right one. That one. Here we go. All right. So anyway, that being said, what's next on the list? Nobody has ever told me what I can and cannot buy. Everything has a price. Yeah. BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb. Mamas, nice to see you back again. BMY. All right. It's on the list, but it's at the bottom, so you were here late, so it is as it comes. All right, that was Ford. X is next. X, which is U.S. Steel. X. U.S. Steel. 41.99, 42. Ooh, I like that. You ready? You guys ready for this one? This is a good one. Okay. U.S. Steel. Look at the chart. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? I like all those positions. The numbers, 41.99. The 42 is going for 53 cents. That's over 1%. I have 2 Fords, 3 Cadillacs, all American. I recently sold an Oakland, a 36 Oakland or 37 Oakland. 37. I sold 37 Oakland recently. Thoughts on Nikola? That's a no. Not enough dividends. Okay, haven't paid their dividend for 20 years or more. Sorry about that, dude. All right, so let's take a look at X, U.S. Steel. Wasn't it Carnegie's old place? Okay, 41.99. Okay, the 42 is giving us over 1% for the week. So let's take a look at the chart. A year ago today, 26.19. Okay, 26.19. The bottom of the year, 2034. That was the end of May. Right, they just had an IPO 4 years ago. Yeah, that's a no. 20 years or more of increased dividends. So if they had an IPO 4 years ago, best case scenario in their choice, in their situation, they got 16 years to go to get to my list. All right. I doubt they're paying dividends if they had an IPO 4 years ago. Okay, so the bottom was end of May. Okay, end of May 2034. Okay, nice slow upgrade. And look at that. Gaps up, goes up, gaps. Look at this gap. I would like to see what happened there. Nice. Go sideways. Market maker took it from you and filled that gap. Let's take a closer look at that gap. NLY. Tammy Lynn. NLY. All right, it's 10:25. We got another hour to go. All right, so remember I told you about gaps and how they fill? They have a tendency to fill. Look at this. Back in December, middle of December, she gaps up. Huge. And makes a high way up here. It comes down and slowly go down. And here, the market maker takes it all away from you and fills that gap. See that gap? The market maker filled it right here. Oakland convertible. Nice car. Mine wasn't a convertible. Okay, it was sitting in a garage since 1972. It was in awesome shape. It really was. But where I had it stored, the guy was being less than stellar. So I just wanted to get out of there. GE, General Electric. I like General Electric. Another company over 100 years old. Nice choice there, GS. Okay, so last 90 days. 90 days ago today, we opened up at 48.50. Went sideways for a little bit. We topped off at 48.85, and that was towards the end of January. It kind of went sideways a little bit, and then just recently on the 13th, FIHL, never heard of it. FIHL. Okay, so if I say I've never heard of something, and I've been doing this for, over 20 years, okay, if I haven't heard of something, that means something's got to be wrong. Well, it just doesn't fit my parameters. My parameters are 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options, okay, because I like to make weekly cash flow, okay? So I've never heard of it, so we'll take a look. I purchased FIHL. Dean, I don't know what to tell you. I'll take a look at it. Okay, now I do it as it comes in. Right now, it's at the bottom of the list, and it might not get to it today, but we'll get to it tomorrow. They have a dividend. Okay, cool. Okay, so it had a huge drop from 46.82, drops down to 39.79. So that's a $6.50 stock. That's 15% drop. So 15% drop overnight, but that wasn't it, because the very next day she decreased again to make the 30-day bottom at 36.40. So she goes from 46 down to 36. What about BTI? BTI. All right, see, BTI is on the list. We'll get to it. Now it's starting to get a little warm, so it's time to take this off. All righty. It's like, why would someone buy someone a smoking jacket if that person doesn't smoke? I don't know. I don't smoke, so why do I have a smoking jacket? Why do I have two? I'm not going to repeat what she said. CXAI is going to drop, or should I buy more shares? Well, I've never heard of CXAI, but we'll get to it. Just good statements. You like that, Rocco? Thanks. All right, so here we're looking at U.S. Steel. Okay, no, the question would be, all right, now I haven't said this in a while, so we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to explain something to you guys. You'll find it rather fascinating. Okay, the 13th, we're at 46.77. 2 days later, we're at 36.30. That's a $10 drop on a $46 stock. That is almost 22%. 22% in 2 days. It's like U.S. Steel's been around for over 100 years. Damn straight I'd be jumping in because, you know, that old statement, you know, say shoot now, ask questions later. Jump in now, ask questions later. All right, so she makes a 30-day bottom. All right, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days to the upside. But look where the upside is going. Here. Look where it's been for the last 90 days, way up here. I want to find out what the hell went on here. Boeing may be next. Okay, well, we'll get there. All right, CXIA, no dividends. All right, so we're not even going to bother with that. Sorry, dude. Thank you for that. This way it saves me from time from doing it. All right. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, Nike. You had to sneak that in, didn't you, Mama? NKE. Nike. All right, so I want to, like, get off topic for a second because you're going to love this. All right, so let's go to charts. All right, now let's go. Oh, well, that's interesting. All right, we have 3 major moves with U.S. Steel. All right, first one right here in August. See that big gap right there? Okay, there's a big gap there in August. Okay, we have another gap right here. Okay, that was in December. And this gap here just recently happened. But what I'm finding fascinating is look at the volume. Okay, now I thought this volume here where the stock dropped would have been different. But no, look at the volume over here. That's freaking nuts. Okay, no, I don't do coffee, Abu. No, I don't do coffee. Sorry. All right, so let's take a look at the option at the volume, and I want to explain something to you guys. All right, now I thought the volume here would have been outrageous. Okay, so the average volume was 1.3. So it was 1.3 million shares today. 1.3 million shares today of that. Okay, here 34 million shares. Okay. So this big drop, a little while ago, 34 million shares. So what does that mean exactly? Well, let me tell you what it means. All right, so you see this price right here, where it says bid and ask. Okay, so there's a person who's called the market maker. Now, the market maker, he's the one you buy from and sell to. You don't have a choice. I can't sell to Parker. I can't sell to Abdul. I can't sell to Steve. I can't sell to Tom. I can't sell to Rich. I can't sell to anyone but the market maker. No matter what trading platform you're on. I'm on Thinkorswim. You might be on Robinhood. He might be on. Oh my goodness. I'm drawing a blank. I'm on Thinkorswim. It's Thinkorswim, Webull, Acorn, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, E-Trade. Yeah, thank you. Doesn't matter who you're with. Vanguard, yeah, you can be on anyone. But the market maker is just either 1 or 2 people. Okay, when I can't buy U.S. Steel, 3 quarters of declining revenues leading into a small loss last quarter. All right, Rocco, thank you for that. Interesting, Schwab, yeah, all that kind of nice stuff. But when you buy and sell, okay, the difference between the buy and the sell is called the spread. Usually the spread is 1 or 2 1, 2, 3 cents, depending on the volume. Now you got a 4.3 million shares. You're gonna have a volume. You're gonna have a spread between 3 cents. Okay, bid and ask, correct. Now between the bid and the ask. Now I give the analogy of a store owner, like Circle K, 7-Eleven. You know, they're each individually owned. Okay, you go in the store, you buy a gallon of milk, you pay $5 for it. Okay, the spread on a gallon of milk. The owner of the store will buy that gallon of milk for $3, sell it to you for $4. He only makes the dollar. Okay, that's the spread between what he buys it for and what he sells it for. So here's the thing. Let's go back to the charts. All right, now today, okay, you see this number right here? Today, there was 4.3 million shares traded, right? 4.3 million shares. So let's let's do some math. Okay, clear this. Now, the average spread during market hours on a stock like this is about 3 cents. So you say 0.03, that's 3 cents. The average day is 4.3 million. Okay, we're going to take 3 cents, we're going to multiply it by 4.3 million. Okay, so on average, the market makes per day makes $129,000. Okay, that's average. Okay, because today was an average day, 4.3 million shares. Now, let's go back just for the fun of it and look at this day here, where that big gap down was. Let's go back. Bum, 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 bum. All right, see the big gap down right here? This big gap, this big drop. Okay, how many shares traded that day? That day traded 28 million. Okay, so if the market maker makes on average 129 million for 4.3 million shares being traded, how much is he going to make at 36 million shares being traded? Let's clear that. Take the 0.03. I'm going to multiply that by 36 million. Okay, so ask yourself this question. If you're a market maker, right, and you have control of moving that price any way you want based on news. Now, news has got nothing to do with the company, because I can almost guarantee you they had the smelters going, they had the steel going, they probably made the same amount of pieces of steel they did today as they did last week, the week before, so on and so forth. But why did the market maker drop the price, and why did the volume skyrocket? And were those buyers or were those sellers? Does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Because the market maker, instead of making $126,000 for the day, he made $1.8 million for this day right here. All right, so let's go back just a little bit further, because that wasn't even the doozy. I thought that would be big volume here. Okay, wait a minute. I have big volume here, which is a recent drop. But look at the gap over here and look at the volume spike. What was that volume? That volume was 69 million. Okay? That was 69 million here. But that pales in comparison to this one. Let's take a look at this one. This one was 112 million. That's freaking nuts. What could possibly go on in the company to have the volume increase that much? That's strictly to the market maker. The market maker, he's the one who creates that market. Alrighty. Printing shares. Could be, you never know. Revenue flat. All right, Rocco. They are printing shares for money. Yep. Diluting shareholders. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. Do you see what's happening with AMC today? No. Let's take a look at AMC. AMC. All right. So anyway, let's get back to U.S. Steel. Okay. Because as I was saying, I don't mind U.S. Steel because they're still making steel. No matter no matter what's going on in the economy, no matter what's going bad, they're still making steel. Okay. This big huge drop. Okay. Now it's going up for the past 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at it in the morning. So right now it's at 41.83. The 42 is going for 53. Okay, so let's do the math there. Clear that. Let's say 53. 53 cents. I'm going to divide that by the purchase price, 41.99. So that's 1.26%. Not terrible, but not ideal. Oh, Rocco, 1.26 per week. That's over 60% a year. Okay? I don't mind 60% a year. But anyway, that's US Steel. I like US Steel. So I'll write it down and I'll circle it. Next, I want to take a look at WPM. I don't agree with what you're saying. No one can predict the future of any stock. Otherwise, you should. Hi, Mike. I'm going to agree with you also. I'm not predicting anything. I'm just telling you what I like. Oh. Chuck, I'm new here. Hi. Are you a retired trader or do you still trade? I still trade. Hey, Mike, how you doing? What percentage of total portfolio is each of your positions? What's the max percentage? Interesting question. I just want to see AMC hit that 500 per share again. Okay. For one investment. Okay, Rocco, could be a board member payment. Could be 2% today. Mike, nice for you there, Mike. All right, so anyway, you want to know my portfolio holding in. All right, I got 5 accounts, okay? Account number 1, 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. I got 4 positions. Okay, account number 2, I got 5 positions, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. The other 3 accounts is none of your damn business, okay? I share enough information here, so, you like it, you don't like it. Can't really help you out. All right, so you want to know what I do? My trades are right there. I don't hide anything, okay? Right here, the 10-minute trader. Whoops, right there. Here's all my trades right here. You want to take a look? Take a look. Really don't care, okay? Now, I'm doing this here because I'm trying to get, what do you call it? I'm trying to start a hedge fund. If I want to do a hedge fund, I need to have historical performance that is verifiable. So it's here. People can take a look at it. They can crunch the numbers themselves. Account number 1 is over 20% for the first quarter. Account number 2 over 40% for the first quarter. Okay, nothing's hidden. Okay, all the trades are right there. Okay, you can take a look at all the positions I have, what I paid for them, what the profit, the losses, all that shit. It's all there. Okay, I don't need to prove anything to anyone. Okay, so let's go back to where we were. Here we are, X. I kind of like X. They've been in business for over 100 years. They are a dividend king. Perfectly okay with that. AJ, never mind. They are actually buying back shares. I still don't like their flat revenue. Okay, understood. All right, so WPM, next on the list. What is WPM? Some of them I don't know off the top of my head. Wheaton Precious Metals. That's probably why I don't know off the top of my head. 47.79. The 48s are going for 45. Yeah, nope. And ooh, yeah, look at that. Okay. Purchase price 48.25. 48s are going for 45. Almost 20 off the cents. Yeah, 20 cents. Yeah, no, ain't gonna work. Look at this. The bottom to where we are now. Yeah. No thanks. Way too much. Way too susceptible to profit taking. 3M spinoff, part of their business. Love it. Great energy, attitude, and knowledge. I like that. AJ, it's a fund. I can't see the data. All right. All right, so no to WPM. Somebody wanted, we already looked at Macy's. Okay, so Macy's we already looked at. WBA. Now, just to let you guys know. Now, you're going to have this question before. WBA. What happens when a stock goes down? Well, look. WBA, Walgreens. I've had Walgreens for 12 weeks. Okay? I've taken Walgreens to the bottom. Okay, not really, because today was the bottom. Ooh, I might jump into Walgreens at 1954.
Well, go for it.
All right, so let's take a look at Walgreens. WBA. 1958, the 20s are going for 20 cents. The 1950s are going for 40. I lose 10 cents right, 8 cents right at the top. That would be 32. Ooh, I take 32 over 20 any day.
You know why Walgreens farmed out?
Why?
Because they got hacked.
Oh, they got hacked?
Yep.
Oh. Don't buy Walgreens. Hey, Rocco. Okay, just to let you know, Rocco. Hey, Laurie, I was looking at Walgreens today. Oh, Okay, now the reason why I like Walgreens, not saying anything bad about you there, Mr. Rocco. However, I had Walgreens for 12 weeks. Okay, what is that? 10, 12, 12 weeks? 12 weeks. Each week they paid me over 1%. The last week I held them, they paid me 3%. 3%, 2%, 2%, 1%. I made over 15% alone on Walgreens for the past 12 weeks, which is a month and a half. Okay, what's my bias in QQQ? No. That was pretty quick, wasn't it? Natural Brewery? No, I don't do ETFs. Okay, what I do with ETFs, okay, just in case you're wondering, ETFs are right here. Okay, it's my ETF list. Let's go back here again. Okay, I actually go into the top 20 ETFs. So you take the top 20 ETFs, QQQ, QILD, CHWD, all those, the top 20. Okay, now you take the top 20 and you suck out all the stocks. Here they are right here, as when they pay their dividends. Rocky, I'm agreeing with you. However, if I'm consistently getting 2% on a company that is nationwide, almost every city in the United States has a Walgreens. Okay, yeah, they're having their issues, but they're still paying me 2 to 3% per week. I really don't mind. Okay, I was in it at 22 and change. Now it's at 1950. I might just jump in and get it at 1950, but I will take a look at some of the data first before I get in. AT&T was hacked big time. Yes, we actually bought some AT&T this morning. Why did we buy AT&T at this morning? AT&T we bought at 17.25 and sold at 16.50. It's got a nice fat premium, 88 cents on AT&T because the numbers worked. Okay, I looked at this morning. They got the dividend coming up. The numbers worked. Why not? So you don't look at the indices at all? Nope, not at all. The reason why I don't, because not a single index has ever paid me over 30% per year. Okay, I like individual stocks. Individual stocks, they pay a dividend, they continue to pay on an increasing basis. Okay, it's been working for me for the past 15 years, actually longer than that. And shadows down to Jim's did meet. Okay, cool. Anyway, I bought some WBA today. We'll see how long I get to keep it. Okay, Mario, we already looked at Ford. Okay, Natural Brewery, you're new here, so I'm really good with names. Okay, you're new. Sit, chill, watch what we do. I'm here every night from 9 until 11:30. It's a very simple strategy. I taught it to my 9-year-old. Tony does, what? I like that you like some of the same stocks I do. Well, Tony, I like the basics. Okay, have you ever worked with options? You're really new here, because that's exactly what we do. We buy a stock, we sell an option against it. Okay? I'm 19, just getting into this stuff. Oh, I got to hook you up with LA Soundwaves. LA Soundwaves over in California. He's young too, and he just started out a couple of weeks ago. Okay, I also bought some AMD. Oh, look at this. Join my team. That was cute. What the hell was that? Thanks for that, Gail. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, WBA. Let's take a look at the numbers and see what happens. Hey, there's LA Soundwaves. Dude, you gotta hook up. You two gotta hook up. These are both under 20. Nuts. All right, how do you spell that name? And does he have a channel? It's right up here. Dividends. Dividend Stock Talk. You go there, and it goes right to the website. You got it? Natural Brewer. All right, there you go. Okay, what are we watching tomorrow? Well, we'll find out tomorrow. What sells puts against your position? I don't do push against my positions. Okay, Natural Brewery and LA Soundwaves. You guys hook up together. Yeah, you guys are the same age to A-frame. I don't know what the hell you're doing here with me. I'm an old guy. All right. How can you get enough of your calls to make 1% when it goes down that much? All right, Jeff, you're new here. Okay, Jeff Ryan, you're new. So just like I say, people that are new here, just sit and chill, ask questions, observe what's going on. See if it makes sense. Okay, Tony does. What? Warren Buffett says, buy stuff that you can see, touch, feel, and haven't heard. You don't buy. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, persons. All right, so let's take a look at Walgreens because I'm kind of curious. Okay, Walgreens in almost every major city in the United States. Okay, they got to be doing something right. Now, we are in an interesting situation with this current administration not prosecuting people who steal. So there was a Walgreens that closed close to where I am. Why? Well, they were being robbed every week. Okay, why keep it open if people keep robbing it? Okay, and the cops aren't doing anything about it. I understand that. Okay, I've been in business before. I know what it's like. Okay, you gotta stop the bleeding, whatever you call it. You gotta stop the bleed. All right. All right. So a year ago today, Walgreens is at 3505. I like Walgreens, a 24-hour pharmacy, and I don't see them going out of business anytime soon. Neither do I. You're near Boston. I'm just south of Boston. Okay, so the high of the year, 3665. Okay, I'm in and out, closed, Oakland, because of the crime in their store. Yeah, exactly. As soon as a new administration comes in, whoever's going to be, hopefully they're going to clean up the mess. If it's Trump, he's going to come in and clean up the mess, get rid of everybody. He just doesn't care. He doesn't. Okay, there's a difference between right and wrong, and there is no gray area. Okay. All right. So the high was 3665. It bottomed out previously. Okay. Previously bottomed out at 1961. That was back of late November. Okay. The last 90 days. Okay. Since January 2nd. It's state by state. Well, let's see how it works out. Okay. Oh, flow token go to Coinstar. Yep. Gift badge. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, crypto trade. Thanks for the rose, dude. All right. Number one. 90 days ago. Hey, 90 days ago, this is where we were. And it just do nothing but drop sideways, drop some more. And it was a big drop today. Okay, before I jump in tomorrow, I want to find out what that's all about. But it's also a buying opportunity. Why? Because there's got to be a reason for it. Okay, once I find out what the reason is, I'll decide whether or not. All right, how much do you know about RSU? We want to pull RSU from down payment on home. Okay, so if you really want, in my opinion, DM me with your number, I will give you a call in the morning. Now, I say that every night, 2 or 3 times. And yeah, there's about 2, 3, 4 people a day will send me the number and I'll give them a call. And it's always like, oh my God, I can't believe you called me. Yeah, I called you. You send me your number. I'm going to give you a call. Why? I like to talk to people. I do. I've been cooped up way too long. All right, let's get back to Walgreens. Walgreens. Okay, so Walgreens 90 days ago was the top of the 90-day period. I'm new here trying to learn. Blade, awesome place to be to try to learn. Sit back, relax. Make sure it makes sense. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Rocco, I Googled it. AT&T owns other businesses, 2.5% billion. Scary. Okay, Rocco, we're talking about Walgreens, WBA. Okay, well, Rocco, I appreciate your interaction because you've been pretty active. Some pretty good comments. I appreciate it immensely. Let's stay on task. We're looking at Walgreens at the moment. Walgreens, for some strange reason, okay, previous bottomed out at 2031. That was on the 26th. That was last week. Okay, now the last 30 days. Where are we? 30 days. Here we go. 30 days ago today, we opened up at 2119. Okay, I read up on it, and it was insignificant reason for them to drop. Good, okay, dividends are boring. All right, thank you, Dixon. Old, slow money. Thank you, Dixon. Well, sorry, it takes me time to look into financial statement. Yeah, Rocco, it does. I admit that. I do appreciate it. I really do. Okay, Dixon, I'm terribly sorry that 50% a year is not enough income for you. Terribly sorry. I don't do REITs, but thank you for asking. All right, this is what I want to say. Why did Walgreens drop today? What was the reasoning? Other than the market maker taking the money away from this. See, I said this last week. I did. This big, huge jump on Walgreens. I said, I can bet you there's going to be profit taking come Monday. Monday, what happened? Look at that. Open up there, drop down to there. Hey, Jennifer, why don't you do REITs? Because REITs don't pay enough. Rocco, they don't. Okay, you name me one decent REIT that pays over 30% per year. Okay, Punveris liquidity. Okay, I like studied REITs. Again, Tony, name me one REIT that pays over 30% per year. Okay, no, they do not pay 90%. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, who just said O pays 90%? Really? All right. I love, don't get me wrong, I do. Okay, O at this moment in time, it's at 53.46. 53.56 is what I can pay for it, correct? All righty. If at 53.56, the closest one to it is the 55, that's going for 30 cents. 30 cents a share. That's for a 4-week period. So it means I got to buy it at 53.56, sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at 55, collect 50 cents, collect 30 cents. Okay, collect 30 cents, hold on to it for 3 weeks, and you think that's over 30%? What are you, nuts? Really? Okay, let's go here for a second. Hold on a second. All right, we're going into historical data. Okay, historical data, here we go. Historical prices. Right, dividends only. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is a winner. Okay, they paid for a year. Okay, the very first dividend they paid out was April 2023. 26 cents, 26 cents, 26 cents, 26 cents, 26 cents for all. And you think that's over 30% a year? Really? What are you, nuts? 90% a year. Really? That's not even close. Okay, your math and my math's totally different. Because a $53 stock, okay, clear that, $53 multiplied by 0.9 equals 47 bucks. You really think that 28 cents a share is going to come to 47 bucks? Really? Come on. I don't do REITs because they just don't pay. They don't. Okay, so let's go back to here. Okay, so O, okay, they're paying, right now it costs $53.56. If I do the 52.5, it pays $1.50. All right, so let's do $1.50. Why not? So we take $1.50. All right, and I won't even count in all the money that I'm going to lose. I'm going to divide it by the 53, what it's going to cost me. Give me a grand total of 2.8%. Great, I got to hold it for 4 weeks. Now I got to divide this by 4. Okay, now I'm making 0.7 per week. How can you possibly say 0.7 is better than 1? Okay, 1% per week comes to 50% a year. 0.7%, let's multiply it out, times 52 weeks a year. That comes to a grand total of 36%. Where I went to school, 50% is higher than 36%. How the hell can you say 90? I don't care if I get called out. That's the whole purpose. I really don't care about stock. Really don't. All I care about is, do they increase their dividends? Do they have weekly options? Okay, have they consistently increased their dividend for 20 years or more? Oh, it's only been doing it for a year. How can you possibly tell me that O is a good company? Really? So they pay every month? Big freaking deal. Okay, even at the number I just gave you, that's only 36%. Okay, but acne, but hair, yeah, whatever. All right. ISS Real Estate. Don't get called out. Yep. Keep killing it. Yep. Gotta go, but thanks. Natural beauty. Yep. Explain this to a beginner. Okay. And don't worry, I can get comped anywhere. Yep. All right. Anyway, but they have tax advantage. Yeah. Whatever. So you just invest everything and live off the dividends. Exactly. How do you choose a good stock to trade? Well, that's an easy one. A good stock to trade. I'm still at Walgreens. Okay. ARTMX. Never heard of it. All right. 20 years is too many years. All right. So young. All right, dude. You can spend your money. You can invest your money any way you want. Okay. There's 9,500. Let's do this. This is always fun. I like doing this. I-N-V-I-Z. Okay, so what we're looking at now, right here, is called financial visualizations. Okay, they tell you exactly how many stocks there are in the stock market. Get out of that. And go to the screener. This is how you find decent stocks. All right, right here. See this number right here? 9,489. 9,489 stocks in the stock market. 9,489. Out of all those, only 150 make my list. Okay, this is what I invest in. I'm not telling you to do the same thing. You guys can do whatever you want. Okay? How about water utility stocks? Yep, I have some of those. Best knowledge you've ever heard in one sentence. I am that I am. That's the best knowledge I heard in one sentence. Right now, a bank pays 5% on a CD. Get that monthly and follows the advice. Tony does what? Thank you for that. All right, so anyway, here we are. We're at financial visualizations. This tells you every single stock there is. Okay, Allegiant, Alcoa, AX First, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all the stocks. Okay, now, first thing I want to do is you have two choices. A company that shares the profits or a company that doesn't share the profits. That's it. You walk in, pretend the stock market is a store. You walk into the door. Okay, somebody at the door, they greet you. Well, would you like to invest in companies that share their profits with you as the investor? Or would you like to take advantage of the companies that take all the profits and put it back into the company for future growth? That's it. There's no middle ground. You're either going to share in the profits or you're going to share in the escalation of the stock price. Okay? I want profits because I'm 60. I don't want to go back to work. I can. I will. I probably will because I enjoy working. But I don't want to have to. Let me tell you a story. I was down in Florida, just chilling, hanging out. I was going to the beach, checking on my boat, and I bumped into this guy, 84 years old. He looked sharp, all dressed up. He has a uniform on. And I looked at him and said, "Hey, how you doing?" And we just started talking. And I asked him, "How old are you?" He said, "84." He said, "I'm just getting out of work." I said, "Let me ask you a question. Are you working because you want to? You want to get out of the house, contribute to society? Or are you working because you have to?" Okay, the guy, you could see it in his face. His face went down. He looks down. He said, "I got to work." See, 84 years old and the man has to work to pay the bills. Fuck that. I don't want to be there. I don't. Don't get me, there's nothing wrong with working. Don't get me wrong. I've been working since I was 13. Okay? Now, hell with this child labor law bullshit. In the 1970s, I worked on a farm. Okay? Yeah, but early in the morning, as soon as the sun gets up, you're out there working. Picking tomatoes, planting crops, doing lumber. Okay? Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I get that. However, it is what it is. I've been working and I'm 60 years old. Now I got a nice little nest egg. I live comfortably off my 1%. I'm just sharing the information. Okay, you get to a point in your life where you feel compelled to share what you know. That's what I'm doing, sharing what I know. So, you have a choice. Companies that share their profits or companies that don't. They take their profits, they put it back into the company, and the prices go up. That's your choice. But as soon as you make that choice, there's 9,489 companies to choose from. Okay, I go right to here, dividends. Okay, a company that pays dividends, I'm going to click on that and you'll see what happens. Okay, let's go 2% yield. Now look at 3,246. That's it. 3,246 companies that pay a dividend, that share their profits. All right? Thank you for that, Church. Oh, my dad had his own business. Small children can fit in places adults can't. And it's free labor. Yeah, Al, I understand. What's the website? The 10-Minute Trader. Okay, right up here in the bio. Okay, right up there. The 10-Minute Trader. IBM, great company. Hold on a minute. Okay, now what I want to look at is options. Because I want weekly cash flow. The only way I'm going to get weekly cash flow is sit in front of the computer and do trades. I don't want to do that. I want companies to have weekly options. Okay, so if I go over here and I click on options, okay, look, now I'm down to 1,936. That's still a lot to choose from. Okay? Now, unfortunately, that's as far as I can get with this platform. But if I cross-reference those with the Dividend Kings, 50 years or more of increased dividends. Okay, 50 years. There's 54 dividend kings, 54 of them. Then the dividend aristocrats. I believe there's 56 or 57 dividend aristocrats. 25 years of increased dividends. The dividend champions, 25 years of increased dividends. There's 147 of those. And then, of course, I'll look at Warren Buffett's list. Well, because let's face it, it's Warren Buffett. Of course, I'm going to take a look at his list. Okay? Now, you take those 4 lists and put them together, that's over 150 decent companies. Now, each one of these companies paying 4 times a year, okay? First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, okay? We just started the second quarter, okay? We're in the second quarter. We're the first week of the second quarter, okay? The first week of the second quarter looks almost the same as the first week of the first quarter. Almost looks the exact same as the first week of the third quarter. I sold my IBM shares and took some profit. You know what they say? Nobody ever went broke taking profits. You don't go broke taking profits. That's not my saying. Someone came up with that. I thought it was so freaking good. I had to stop everything and write that down. But when I say it ain't a profit until you take it. All right. So that being said, no, I don't like REITs. I don't like monthly optionable stocks because they just don't have the consistency of the payments that I'm looking for. If you like you like REITs, who am I to tell you what to do? Don't listen to me. What the hell do I know? Never trust somebody online. You have no idea who I am. Okay? Take a look at the numbers. Take a look at the charts. I don't fake this stuff. You can find this stuff anywhere. Okay? The high of the day is the high of the day. The low of the day is the low of the day. So you sell new weeklies each week? Exactly right, Jason. Do you do leaps? Yes, I do, Mr. Troll, but not here. Okay, here I teach one strategy only. I have 5 accounts. I only share 2 of them with you guys. Okay, I share this stuff for free because I'm compelled to give back to the little guy because I personally have been a little guy all my life, and I think we have been screwed enough as it is. So this safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week, that's over 50% per year. If that works for you, fine, follow along. You don't really need me to do this. This is simple stuff. Okay, I give you the, let's call it the magic key, whatever. Buy a good company, sell somebody the rights to buy it from you. I appreciate your knowledge, sir. Thank you, JJD. You and me both. Way to go, Mr. Tony. Yeah. So anyway, you got 212 people there. All right. So I am not bashful whatsoever. You want to talk to me, DM me your phone number. I'll give you a call. And don't be too surprised if I actually call you, because I do. All right. I'm here for the women. Way to go, Rocco. All right. Do you tell people your list of 150 decent companies you found? I do. Only to those in the morning trading group, because I give enough away for free as it is. Okay, I'm a nice guy, but I'm really not that nice. All right, now I'll teach you what I know. I'll answer your questions, but I got to draw the line somewhere. Okay, if you really want to know, DM me your number. I'll give you a call. We'll chat. See if we can work together. See if you think what I have to offer in my morning trading groups is worth it or not. Okay, you have the opportunity right here. Oops. You have the opportunity for free right here. You go to the podcast. Okay, the podcast is free. It's exactly what I'm doing day after day after day. It's free information. You'll see there's like 800 of them. Okay, because I've been doing it for a while. All right. What happened to Macy's carrying over 3M and WBA? Now what? All right. Nice week again. Can they keep going? Blah blah blah. Right. No, I don't do spiders. Okay. What do you think about ICT? Never heard of it. I like options. So do I. Qs. No, I don't do the Qs. Okay. The Qs is an ETF. You take a look at the Qs. Okay. Hold on a second. Quickly. We'll go here to right there. Okay. So this is for you who likes the Qs. Q. Now we're at Yahoo Finance. Now Yahoo Finance gives a whole bunch of financial information. Okay, Invesco QQQ Trust. Okay, here's the dividends. Okay, now they've been paying dividends since 2009. Not really 20 years, but look at the numbers. 5 cents, 4 cents, 7 cents, 5 cents, 9 cents, 11, 8, 12, 10, 16, 5, 11, 14, 20, 16, 22, 27, 31, 21. Like all over the place. That's not the only thing. But take a look at here. Okay? Holdings. Okay? Tesla's a big fat no. Okay? We'll take a look at the holdings for QQQ. Okay? Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, AVGO, Tesla, Costco, Google, AMD. Okay, I actually went into each one of the big 20 ETFs, and I took all the stocks out. Okay, I haven't isolated them all down to when they paid, to which ones have weekly options, which ones don't. But I have a different trading strategy for that. Same thing with QQQX. Okay, the NASDAQ 100. Okay, they don't have holdings. So that QQQX is not an ETF. Okay, it's just a fund being held by other companies. I have no, it doesn't tell you what they actually hold in, what they invest in. It's a CEF. Yeah, okay. How do you avoid the risk of the call being exercised by the call option? That's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking to buy it, the stock on Monday, sell someone the option to buy it from me, and have them actually buy it from me. So I'm back into cash the following Monday, so I can do it again. All right, do you use a supply and demand strategy? No, Elrod, I don't. It's a CEF and it sells options on the Qs. Okay, fine. I don't do that. Too risky, and they don't pay dividends. Okay, now the reason why I like dividends, some of you guys just aren't grasping this, because there's a market crash every decade. Okay, we're in 2024. We haven't had the crash yet this decade. Okay, we have another 6 years to go. When is it coming? Who knows? But when it does come, I want to be in companies that have historical performance. That means companies that are in business over 50 years or more. So almost everything I look at has been in business for over 50 years. Pays 8% per month distribution. Well, that's lovely. Okay, so what is that one that pays 8% per month? I find that one hard to believe. Oh, okay, CEF. It's a CEF. Which one are you talking about, Night Fury? Night Fury. It pays monthly. Yeah, I got that one. By QQQX. Okay, so let's go back and take a look at it. QQQF. QQQX. Historical data. Historical prices. Come on. Dividends only. 42. Max. From 07. So it's not quite 10 years. Yeah. You just made a light bulb go off my head. Thanks for sharing. Hey, Jason, no problem. Okay, 30, 46, 32, 30, 34, 35, 47, 37, 42, 39. Not consistently increasing. And not 20 years. Okay, so let's go back. Check this out. QQQX. It has no options, so that's a big fat freaking no. Okay, 20 years of increased dividends, weekly options. Okay, WTM just did a SS. Might as well grab a few of those. WMT. Wally World. 60. 60 is going for 36 cents. That's going to be a no. Walmart. 59.99. 60s are going for 36 cents. That's not even a half. That's just over 0.5%. Okay, that's 25% per year. I still prefer 50% per year. Okay, Night Fury, you get that? Yeah, that QQQF or X. Yeah, that doesn't have options against it. So what good would it do for me? There's no futures either. Okay, so why would I do that? All right. How much money would you recommend to start with dividend stock? Okay. I suggest you start with paper money first, paper trading. Buy JD today? Yes, Secretary, I did buy some JD today. Okay, now I suggest you do paper trading. Okay, open up an account. You can do it right with Thinkorswim. Download it to your desktop or your laptop because I do not like the online one. Okay, who's your favorite broker? Thinkorswim. I've been using them for over a decade, for 2 decades. Now, I've tried other ones. I've tried E-Trade, I tried Ameritrade, I tried Just to Trade, I've tried Options Express, I tried a whole bunch. Now, I started trading. When I started trading, it was $125 to buy, $125 to sell. So I had to make damn sure I was right. It's $250 bucks. 125 in, 125 out. Okay, I watched it go from 125 and commissions, 125 down to 75, down to 50, down to 35, down to 29, down to 17, down to 15. Now they're doing it for fucking free. Wow, the amount of money I spent on commissions. I like Robinhood. I actually really do. I really like Robinhood. It's simple. It's easy. Everything's right there, right in your hands. You can be, yeah. I have like maybe 40 or 50 positions in my Robinhood account. That's because it's a total different strategy. All right. So Walmart is a big fat no. 2 reasons. Number 1, the numbers don't work for me. And number 2, look where it is. Okay, the low down here, high up here. Yeah, no thanks. Okay, next on the list. We didn't even finish Walgreens. All right, we didn't finish Walgreens. WBA. Somebody got me all riled up. Okay, so like I said about Walgreens, I really want to find out what's going on. Because you can go back on Friday and Saturday. I said right here, this was Thursday. I said there's going to be profit taken Monday. I didn't realize there was going to be this much profit taken Monday. All right, that's today. So why is it there? The 1954. Okay, so here's a little tidbit for you. For those of you guys who did not know, I'm waiting for you to get to AMC. You got a long way to go, dude. AMC is at the very bottom. Okay, AMC is at the very bottom. We probably won't get it tonight because it's 11:15. I really don't know. I've never traded on Fidelity. I don't know if they have a seasonality chart. I don't know. I don't know if they have the monthly not monthly calendar. That's right. I enjoy every second of your speaking. That's disturbing. What do you think about CFD trading? Yeah, I don't do that. Sorry, R. So how many positions you take per week and what sort of ROI do you get per week? Ooh, that's an interesting one. No, I mean enjoy listening to it very much. All right, thank you. Diabetes Clever. Is that right? Diabetes Cleaver, is that right? All right, I have 5 different accounts. Okay, the 2 accounts I share with you average over 1% per week. Okay, I've done over 20% for the first quarter in one account, 40% in the second account. Now, the other 3 accounts I don't share with you guys because it's none of your business because I share this information for free, all right? Now, information I share with the people who actually pay me, yeah, that's a different story. How do dividends compare to real estate for cash flow? Oh, wow, that's a good question. Because real estate, in my humble opinion, don't get me wrong, I love real estate, really do. Okay, real estate is not very liquid. Okay, you cannot take the equity in your real estate, go down to Dunkin' Donuts and buy coffee. Okay, however, I can take my trading account during the day, sell something really quick, transfer it over to my debit card, and actually buy a cup of coffee while I'm standing in line. You can't do that with your real estate. Okay, now I get 1% per week on a consistent basis. 1% per week is 50% per year. So on a $100,000 account, that's 50 grand a year. Okay, $200,000 account, that's 100 grand a year. And I only spend about an hour, hour and a half on my own personal accounts. Now I do accounts for other people, but that's a different story. I'm the real estate guy. Woohoo! Way to go. Don't get me wrong, I love real estate. What do you think of Pfizer? Pfizer is a good stock. Okay, it's not on the list today, but I'll add it on. We'll take a look at it tomorrow because we're almost done for the day. Pen stopped writing. PFE. So it looks like we won't look at Pfizer tomorrow. See if this pen works. Yep. PFE. All right, so Pfizer's on the list for tomorrow. Okay, so let's get back to JEPQ is a ETF. Okay, so I told you about the ETFs. I took all the stocks out and I put them somewhere else. I like Pfizer too, Tony. I do. How many paper trades should you do before doing real money? Okay, Robbie, my honest opinion on that one, do it until you're comfortable. Okay, I've been trading for over 20 years. I still paper trade. I do. I come up with all these weird, crazy strategies, and I want to test and see if they're right. Because I'm at that point where I don't want to risk real money. So like 50 trades, Robbie, until you are comfortable. Okay, now Robbie, I created this trading strategy for my 9-year-old daughter. Okay, didn't take her long to figure it out. Okay, honey, this is the list you look at. This list, only this list. This is all. Okay, you do not look at this. You don't look at this. Oh, but I like it. Yeah, but it's not on the list. You don't look at it. Okay, I hit the 7 spot on the casino. Take that money and invest it. There you go. Matt Johnson. What's the point? I hate FINRA. Wait a minute. Wait. What's that? What's the point? FINRA requires exchange markets to adjust dividend amounts on the EX date. Dividend amounts on the... I have no idea what that means, but that's something I might want to look at. Hey, what do you think about Tesla? I got to put that word Tesla in the words that never show up. Okay, because there's a way that I can set for words I don't want to ever show up. Tesla's one. Nikola's another one. He's saying the stock goes down by as much as the dividend on the date. Yeah, that's exactly right. It does. But you're new here. If you weren't new here, if you've been here for a while, you knew I don't go for the dividend. I don't. I use the dividend as an indicator to tell me when to buy. So if I'm looking at, let's say, we're looking at Warren Buffett's list right here. Okay, these are the dividend dates for Warren Buffett's stock. Okay, Hewlett-Packard is on the 12th, right here. Okay, I don't want to buy it on the 12th. I want to buy it on the 29th, 2 weeks before. Because 2 weeks before the dividend, the stock has a tendency to go up. Okay, sold 28, 123, 12,000. I have no idea what that means. More about nothing. Do you see Root? I got lucky with a $16 call when it was at 14. Okay. More about nothing. I sold 28, 123, 12. Okay, I still have no idea what that means. Yeah, all right, Jason, I get that. Okay, yeah, the stock does drop at the date, at the EX date. Yeah, I know that. But I'm not looking for the dividend. I'm looking for the premium from the covered call. If I buy the stock 2 weeks before the EX date, okay, stocks have a tendency to move up before the dividend. Okay, so that's what I want to buy. I want to buy 2 weeks before the dividend. Okay, if the stock goes up, great. Okay, I want to sell somewhere. I want to buy it for $1, sell it for $1, make 1%, and say thank you, and be on my way to the next one. Because look at this right here. Okay. All right, Ally Bank, Aon, Wells Fargo, DHI, Siri, Visa, Apple, Capital One Finance, Hewlett-Packard, Kroger, Chevron, Jefferies, Johnson & Johnson, UPS. If you can't find a decent stock here on a weekly basis, now this is just Warren Buffett's list, okay? I have a dozen, not quite a dozen, but quite a bit. Okay? Here's another list right here. Okay, Kinder Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citibank, Intel, ADM, IBM, Starbucks, Siri, Visa, US Steel, ExxonMobil. Okay, I have plenty of stocks to choose from. I don't have an issue. Okay, whatever that is, I don't do coins. Really, no crypto, please. Sorry, I'll clarify. I bought a $16 call option in Root when it was 14 and it jumped to 28. All right, that's good. What percentage of tax are you paying on the dividend income? Okay, if you're asking me about taxes, that's kind of like going to a Rolls-Royce dealer and asking what kind of gas mileage it gets. Okay, if you're getting 50% return on your money on a yearly basis and you're worried about taxes, you really need to go talk to a tax strategist. Do I need to own 100 shares of stock in order to do covered calls? Yes, for every 100 shares of stock equals to one option. Accept them for gambling advice. Sounds like a plan. Take a peek at Ken stock. What the hell is Ken stock? The funny thing is, it's like when you name a stock, you give me an idea, all right? If I say I've never heard of it, there's a reason why I never heard of it. It's a monthly. It's an absolute no right from the beginning. I don't care how tasty it is. But sorry, Ken stock's a no, dude. Sorry. I don't do monthlies. They just don't pay. The numbers just don't work. Okay, I'm looking for a safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week. I can't get that from a monthly, so it's a definite no. Which is the best stock to recommend covered call? Cynthia, you're new here. I suggest you show up a little bit more often. Okay, watch what's going on. See if it makes sense. Do you ever talk about cash secured puts on your live streams? Only with those that are in the paying field, because I share this strategy. Now, this strategy is 50% per year. Safe, secure, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. If that's not good enough for you, then fine. Pay me for my other advice. But this, I give free. It's a simple strategy. I taught it to my 9-year-old. 9 years old. It had to be simple. It had to be safe. The income had to be predictable, consistent, and no way she could lose. 5 rules. Never buy something you do not want to hold long term. Never sell at a loss. Each stock has to have 20 years of increased dividends. Weekly options, and the numbers have to work. Do you ever do pre-market ritual? Yes, I do have a pre-market ritual. Okay, that's on our morning calls. Our morning calls are 9:15 to 10:15, an hour. I do a podcast. The podcast I showed you, right here. The podcast. I do that every day. Okay, every trading day, I've been doing the podcast for the past 4 years. Okay, and you can get that right here on the 10-Minute Trader, which is right up here in the bio. Okay, go to the bio, go to the10minutetrader.com, brings you this website. Okay, gives you a quick little video on the whole process. Another one on no risk trading, blah blah blah. This is the access to the live trading on the Monday morning, on the morning show, whatever. And then there's my social media: YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the podcast right there, LinkedIn, Patreon, TikTok, all the books I've written. Okay, I've written 12. I'm on book number 13 at the moment. It's not the greatest books in the world, but they're easy reads. Okay, so let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. All right, where were we? All right, so let's go back to here. We're down to the last 5 or 10 minutes. Let's finish up with WBA. We still haven't finished up with WBA. WBA, Walgreens. Now, like I said, I like Walgreens because they're in every major city in the United States. The last 30 days, we opened up at 21.19. Basically went sideways. Big, huge jump on Thursday. Big, huge drop today. Okay, what I always tell people, if you do not take your profit, big, huge profit on Thursday. If you do not take your profit, the market maker will take it away from you. All right, James, so when you're buying and selling before the dividend payout, then, all right, you should consider local municipal bonds if you're looking for predictable income and avoid taxes. Wow, Matt. Okay, I haven't seen Matt, I give you $500 if you can name one municipal bond that pays over 40% per year. Name me one. Seriously, one. Come on, one. One municipal bond that pays over 40% per year. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, so you're buying and selling before the dividends pay out. Exactly. Okay, don't dividends just come out of the price of the stock? Exactly. All right, can you still make weekly 1% in a bear market? Yes, you can. Matt, what percentage should you start taking profits? Always fight myself with this. Yes. Okay, Brandon, 40% return per year is incredibly unrealistic. Oh, Brandon, I love people like you. All right, Brandon, do you know how to do math? Seriously, do you? Okay, so Here, Mr. Brandon, are my trades for this year. Account number 1, account number 2. Okay, you click on any one of them. Okay, and oh, look, it pops up. It tells you what I bought. It tells you what I sold. Okay, what else does it do? It tells me my percentage return for the week. 2.2%, 2.38%, 1.3%, 2.5%. Each trade. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, week 10, week 11, week 12, week 13. Okay, now you come to this right here, this little black thing. This little black thing tells you every single stock that I bought for the first quarter. New York Community Bank, KISS, oh yeah, whatever. Macy's, General Motors, Mosaic, Albemarle, Clorox, Hewlett Packard, 3M, blah, 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 blah. They're all right there. Okay, go up a little bit further. It tells you what the return is for the year, in case you can't add. Okay, for the first quarter, account number 1, 21.06. Account number 2, 45.1. Now, I don't know about you, but that, you can look them up yourself. Okay, what is the buy? Okay, what is the sell? Add them up yourself. Okay, when somebody says you can't make 30% per year consistently, then someone has been lying to you or somebody's not telling you something. Just found you. Amazing. How do I follow you? I'm here every night, 9 p.m. Until 11:30. All right. Now, I do have a trading session that we do in the mornings for those that want to. Where did my little buddy go? Tells me I can't get 30%. Unrealistic. Where did he go? Well, he's hiding. Brandon, wealth position style paper trading with the strategy is surprising and very realistic. Thanks, Fit and Fix. Bama Redneck. I don't think you're understanding that you're clearing out weeklies. I don't think they understand that you're clearing out. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's a little bit hard to understand. Okay, Brandon, you disappeared. Okay, you think 40% is unrealistic. Okay, now that kind of thinking is why you don't think you can get 40% a year. Now, if I make 1% per week, okay, safe, secure, predictable, consistent, 1% per week, that's over 50% per year. Okay, if you can't add, I can't help you out. Okay? Okay, do I make 1% every week? No. This last week right here, I made 0.9. Oh, 0.9. The week before, 3.9. The week before, 4.6. The week before, 2.3. All the trades are there. I mean, all you have to do is just stop being so negative and just go look. All right? I'm here every night. I've been here every night since January. Okay? Only because someone's stupid enough to give me a platform to do it. Fake trading. Oh, who said that? Wait. D.I. Anderson. Really? Okay. I got 5 accounts. What is fake about my account right here? Honestly, tell me. Okay? This account right here, you see this little spot right here? This spot right here? Okay? That's a real account. This one over here, oops. Let's get out of there. This one over here is a paper trading account. I've been trading for over 20 years. I still paper trade. And yeah, I have 5 accounts. I share 2 with you guys. If you can't understand the concept, buy a good stock, sell somebody the right to buy it from you at the exact same price you paid for it, collect the premium through what is called a covered call, and if you can't add up, that's not my problem. See, right now, Walgreens, the last trade, 1954. Okay, so if I buy it tomorrow morning at 1958, because here's the bid, 1957, here's the ask, 1958. The closest one to 1958 is going to be the 1950, and that's going for 41 cents. If you can't do math, 41 cents, I'll help you out, okay? 41 cents is going to be my profit, clear. 41 cents, and what am I paying for it? I'm paying 1958, okay? 1958, and that comes to a grand total of, oh my goodness, 2%. That's just on this one trade. Okay, Walgreens. Do I like Walgreens? Yes, I like Walgreens. Am I going to buy it tomorrow? Probably. I don't know. because I don't know why it dropped today. I want to know why it dropped today before I invest in it. But I like the numbers and I like Walgreens. Why? Walgreens in almost every major city in the United States. And they've been in business for almost 100 years. Why wouldn't I buy Walgreens? It may have some bad news. Yeah, well, so did ExxonMobil back when the Exxon Valdez crashed. So did British Petroleum when they sprung a leak. Okay? So did Apple when they get sued a couple of $1 billion over in Europe. Doesn't mean I don't like the company. But I thank you for that, DJ Anderson. So adorable. Okay. What? All right. I'm missing some of these questions. Math, 40% a year for 25 years, so let's think. You must be loaded. Okay, I really like it when people, like to assume things. I make a comfortable living, okay? I have enough money to live comfortably. I live off my investments. If you look also at these numbers over here, okay? All right, where's right here? 3 positions. Macy's, 3M, and Key. 1.9%. Cash withdrawal, 1,700. Okay, next week. 3 positions, 3M, Macy's, Mosaic, 2%. Week 9, 3 positions, Macy's, 3M, Hewlett Packard, 2.3%. Withdrawal, 1,700. Okay, I withdraw money every week because I live off of it. Okay, how much have you made this year? So far, 20% in one account, 40% in the other. The other accounts is none of your business. Sell covered calls, make money, earn 1%. Yep, that's about right. Bomber Red Rock. Sell covered call at the money, make 1%. Most of the time, his options are executed. That's exactly right. It's actually that simple. Right? Don't worry about the haters, James. I don't. They say, you know what they say about haters? If you don't have enough haters, you're not working hard enough. I love haters. It just makes me know that I am working plenty hard. I need some more. He is not teaching wheel. No, I'm not teaching wheel. I don't like wheel. Wheel is not simple. Okay, don't get me wrong. Wheel is a great strategy. Not for a 9-year-old. Okay, you guys seem to, don't get me wrong. I can sit in front of the computer and make more money. I have no desire to. Okay, you get to a point in your life where money is no longer the driving factor. I would prefer to watch my grass grow. Okay, I'll hang out with my grandson. He's 4 years old. What does he know? He doesn't know shit. But I like playing with him. He's fun as hell. Okay, I'm comfortable in my life. I have no desire for a Lamborghini, no desire for a beachfront house. I have no desire for that shit because I've never, ever seen a hearse go by with a U-Haul. Never. The problem with selling covered calls is you're risking holding the stock and the price dropping below premium. Okay, who just said that one? Who was that? Okay, Matt Johnson. Matt Johnson, you are 100% correct. Okay? There is risk to everything in life. If you think there's no risk in anything, someone has been lying to you. There's a risk getting out of bed. There's a risk staying in bed. There's a risk opening your door and walking through it. There's a risk jumping in your car, driving to the store. There's a risk going to work. There's risk everywhere in life. Everywhere in life, there's a risk-reward ratio. There is. Okay? Now, Walgreens, I like the company. They've been around for over 100 years. They every major city in the United States. Do I mind buying it at $19.50? No, I don't mind buying it at all. Rule number 1, never buy something you do not want to hold long term. Okay, fine. I bought Walgreens back in February. Okay, the beginning of February. I held on to it. I sold it last week. Finally got out of it last week. 12 weeks, okay? 12 weeks I held on to it. Okay, I bought it week 1. It dropped. I collected over 2% though. Week 2, I collected another 2%. No problem at all. Week 3, I collected less than 1%. Week 4, less than 1%. Week 5, more than 2%. Week 6, so on and so forth. Okay, I made over 15% on Walgreens alone by buying the stock, selling the options against it, dollar cost averaging down. I only dollar cost average down twice because I do have a limit. I do have certain rules I do not break. Okay, but you're right, Matt. Okay, you do take that risk. But if that's your main concern, I'm going to point you back to rule number 1. Never buy something you do not want to hold long term. If you do not want to buy Walgreens and hold it long term, don't buy it. It is actually that simple. You can't Well, you could if you wanted to, but why do you want to make it more complicated than it has to be? This strategy was created for a 9-year-old little girl. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're over 9 years old. She averaged 5% per month. Okay, 9 years old, she averaged 5% per month. Okay, I average 1% per week. Doing a little bit better this year. Kind of strange, but it is what it is. You like the platform? Thank you, Apple user. All right, that's a nice one. Matt Johnson. That's why he picks quality stocks and waits for the appropriate setup. Thank you, Winner86. I like it when people are on my side because it's logical. Okay, all right, wait a second. Walmart, Altria, and Cisco, WPC. Please check these. All right, Walmart, we already checked. We already checked Altria. We already checked Cisco. We haven't checked today, and we're out of time today because I've been here for 2.5 hours. Yes, I know I went on a tangent. Is TikTok live stream lucrative? No, it's not. It's absolutely not. I was on for 2.5 hours last night. I made a whopping 14 cents. I did. What we're looking at? Okay, we already looked at Altria. That's a no. We already looked at Walmart. That's a no. CSCO, it is on my list, but I don't think it's on the list for this week. CSCO. All right, so I wrote it down. We'll look at that tomorrow. WPC. What is WPC? WPC. Now, if I have to ask, what is it? That means it doesn't fit my criteria and it's not on my list. That's all that means. What's poppin', G Niles? Dude, about time you get here. You're missing all the haters, G Niles. Do you ever have a losing week? Oh, you bet your ass I do. Last year, I had 3 major losers. 3 major losers. PPG, Target, and what's the other one? Give me a second. Kimberly-Clark. Okay, Kimberly-Clark, Target, and PPG. Those are my 3 losers last year, and they hurt. Okay, Target, I bought at 135. It dropped down to 102. Then it jumped up to 110. And at 110, I was selling the 114s, 115s, and then she jumped 16 points overnight. For that 50-cent dividend, that's 50-cent premium I collected. Okay, I had to pay $12,000 for that. Okay, you dance to the music, you got to pay the fiddler. So the choice was pay 12 grand or lose 25 grand. Okay, so I paid the 12 grand. Another 2 months, and I finally ticked what do you call it? Target back in December. So from July, okay, from beginning of July, I bought 135. Uh-oh, 2 people over here at Instagram. How you guys doing over at Instagram? I hope you guys are learning something. I don't know how to interact with you guys, but that's okay. So yeah, I bought it at 135. Oh, we'll pull up the chart. EGT. It's not all glamorous. It ain't. You can lose big. Okay, so here we go. There to December, right? About there. Okay. All right, so I bought Target here at 135. All right. Then I was selling the 135, so I was getting around 1.5%. Drop down, I was still selling the 135, still getting 1%. Okay, now I'm still getting 1%. Okay, right down about here, I'm getting 0.5%. Okay, down about here, I'm getting 0.25%. It's kind of like the cow analogy I give. You buy a cow, she gives you a gallon of milk, and a couple of weeks later, you're only getting a quart. Now I'm down to a pint. Getting a pint, getting a pint, getting a pint. Okay, then I'm selling. Right here, November 14th, okay, 110. Shoots up $16, 1,000 shares. So I could potentially lose 25,000 because I bought it over here. Okay, so I had to pay 12 grand to buy that back. Yeah, it hurt. So my philosophy is, you dance to the music, eventually you're going to pay the fiddler. Now, I did finally break even because I didn't end up selling until somewhere around mid-December when I finally got back up to the 135. You could buy the call to get out of it. That's exactly what I had to do. But when she jumps $16 overnight, okay, $16 overnight, and you have 10 contracts, which is 1,000 shares. So 16 times 1,000, $16,000. All right, overnight. Okay, I didn't see that coming. That what you call a black swan event. Okay, I got back together with my old girlfriend Macy today. Way to go, WBD. Sir, what do you think about Intel? I like Intel. It's on my list. Uh-oh. 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 I'm missing some of these questions. Bought a bunch of penny stocks. Yeah, I don't do penny stocks. All right, what do you think about Intel? I like Intel. It is on my list. Not this week, though. Bought a bunch of penny stocks, made 150 bucks so far this year, and the market opened today down 100 bucks. All right, Steve May. I tried penny stocks many decades ago. The issue I have with penny stocks is you probably might want to watch some of the movies. Something's called the pump and dump. Okay, you get a phone call. These people are like sweat rooms. I'm sure you've seen the Wolf of Wall Street. Same thing. They get on the phone and say, oh, this is awesome. Just came on my desk. You got to buy some of this. Yeah, it's called the pump and dump. They pump it up, get to a certain point, and then they dump it. And then they call this money, and you're stuck there with crap. Because look at what the bid and the ask is for. Because you bought at a certain price. Try selling it. Okay? Big, huge difference. Because you're trying to sell it, nobody else wants to buy it. Yeah, I stay away from penny stocks because you get 1 in 1,000 that actually does anything. But you're young. Dividend stocks. Why not monthly dividend stock? All right. Well, okay, I do monthly dividend stocks. Okay, Rocky the Realtor. Okay, but I don't do one. See, this one right here has weekly options. Okay, weekly options allows me a weekly cash flow. Now, companies that have monthly options, they don't give you a weekly cash flow. They give you a monthly cash flow. And what are you lucky to get? 25, 30% per year? I prefer the weeklies and get a 50% per year. I just invested in dividend stocks. Cool. I love monthly dividend stocks. Well, so do I. Let's go and try and catch up on these questions. Should I sell? I couldn't tell you. I don't give people advice of what to do. Thoughts on BOJ manipulating yen, but not depreciative value. All right. Wrong conversation, wrong station. Penny stocks are a no for me. Yeah, no for me too. All right. Thank you, Rocky. No problem. That's one. I just got a weekly one. Okay. Please share how I set up JD covered call. Let's do JD, and that will be it for the night. Holy cow, it's 11:45. Oh, I'm cracking on 3 hours. All right, JD, we'll do this one, and that'll be it for the night. JD. Now, JD, let's take a look at the chart. A year ago today, we were at the high of the year, 43.27, right? Yeah, 43.27. Okay. Now, from there, she drops down to a trading range, went sideways for a little bit, dropped down again to another trading range. Look at this. Drop down, sideways, drop down, sideways, drop down, sideways. Love it. Stair-stepping to the basement. April Fool's. Way to go there, Gene Owls. All right. So we're stair-stepping to the basement. Okay, the top was a year ago, 43.61. The bottom was a couple of weeks ago. Ooh, no, about a month ago. Okay, 20.82, somewhere in that area. Okay, the last 90 days. All right, 90 days ago today. Okay, 90 days ago today. Dropped down to trading range, went sideways. Look at all the gaps. Gap down, gap down, gap down, gap up, gap down, gap up, gap down, gap up, gap up, gap down, gap down, gap up. Look at this one. Huge. Gap up, gap up, gap up. Nice sideways. Ooh, I like this one. I actually bought some of this morning. Let's continue looking. Okay, the bottom for the 90 days is 20.85. Now, the last 30 days, here we go. 30 go. Hold on. I can hear the wife snoring in the other room. So maybe I'll stay on a little longer. We've got 170 people here. All right. Anyway, 30 days ago today, here we are. Okay, 22.97, 30 days ago. 2 days later, we got a 30-day bottom, and that's at 21.18. Okay, about a week after that, we got a 30-day high, 28.55, going sideways, dipped a little bit here on the 21st, and then from the 21st, look at this, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days to the upside. Now, today, sad I got rid of 3M. We're taking a look at 3M in the morning, Sherry. Okay, today, we had a nice day, all right? We have a top today at 28.38. However, our 30-day top is 28.55. Okay, I'm just looking for that 1%. Now, I jumped into JD at, hold on a second. I jumped into JD at 27.96, and I sold the 28s. Okay, right now it's at 27.76. So I'm not in the money yet. What is some of the best stocks I want to recommend? $1,000 budget. All right, Isaac, DM me with number. I'll give you a buzz. We'll chat. What did you buy today? Oh, G Niles, you bought AEO, Albemarle, JD, Macy's, 3M. Oh, not 3M. That's a buy for tomorrow. And AT&T. How do I find monthly dividend stocks? Most part quarterly. All right, Jim. Google Dividend Kings list. Google Dividend Aristocrats list. Google Dividend Champions list. Okay, you don't want the ones that pay the most. Okay, the paying the most is the ones that actually try to suck you in with the dividend. My favorite is SPG. Yeah, I don't think so. But anyway, so I'm into JD at 27.96, which is just right on 28 area. Now, I'm betting she's going to be 28 or higher come Friday. Yes, no, I don't know. I won't know until Friday. Okay, I might have to take JD into next week. But here's the thing. I've already collected my one. Well, how much was I got? I got 45. Okay, clear. Okay, 45. And it cost me 27.96. All right, so I got 1.6%. Okay, 1.6% on JD this morning. Okay, my bet is that should be up 28 by Friday. If not, I will assess the situation Friday afternoon because I can't figure out. Okay, I can't figure out what's going to happen Friday on a Monday. I have to actually wait until Friday gets here. Which trade should we enter now? Okay, official Banny. Banny, is that right? Official Banny? I can't tell you that. Okay, you guys have to make up your own decisions. Don't listen to what I say. What the hell do I know? Okay, I just go through the numbers and read the numbers and read the charts. If they make sense to you, you need to make up your own decisions. Okay. Is there a way to make 1% a day to get in and out faster? Yes, there is. But you need to sit in front of your computer longer, which I refuse to do. 3M has good divers. Yeah, they could very well. All right, so that's my take on JD. All right. I'm in the betting mood with JD. We'll see on Friday afternoon. Okay, Friday afternoon comes, I will say, all right, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. But at this moment in time, I don't worry about it. Jim, I think dividends are for rich people. Macy's pays 17 cents per share, so go figure how much you need. Okay, Jim, I appreciate your input, but that's not, you haven't been here long enough to insult me properly yet. So you need to stick around a little bit longer to get a real good insult in there. Because I make over 1% a week on Macy's. Okay, that's over 50% per year. And I don't know about you, Jim, but are you making 50% per year? Raj, G-Niles, AEO is a 38. Oh, let's take a look at AEO. AEO, you are the vowels. Yes, it is. Look at that. Wow, American Eagle Outfitters. A year ago today, we were at 1365, bottomed out in the middle of at the end of May last year at 991. Look at the escalation. Nice. Okay, so G-Nows, are you ready for this? Okay. 90 days ago, we were at 2105. We bottomed out with a double bottom at 1972 in the middle of January and the beginning of February. The last 30 days. Okay. Unrelated to where you're painting from. Dylan, I have no idea what you're talking about. Unrelated, but where is your painting from? Oh, I'll be totally honest with you. I came home one day, it was sitting in the corner. I said, oh, I'll put it up. Okay, let's turn this a little bit. There we go. All right. What are your thoughts on SPG for a long-term investment? Well, my personal opinion on long-term investments is 9 months. That's the longest I've ever held anything. Okay, so G-Nows, you ready for this? 30 days ago today, we opened up at 23.61. We topped out 4 days later at 26.44. 3 days later, we're at a 30-day bottom at 21.86. Okay, now 21.86, we have a double bottom. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days to the upside. Okay, 7 days to the upside, 2 days pullback, 3 days to the upside. Okay, 3 days to the upside after a 2-day pullback. That's why we jumped in this morning. Okay, so I jumped in this morning at 25.97. All right, and then I sold, what the hell did I sell? Okay, I jumped in at 25.97, all right, and I sold the 26s, and I got 46 cents. Now, 46 cents, I know it doesn't sound like much, clear, 0.46, and then I bought it at, what did I say, 29.47? 25.97. Divide that by 25.97. It gives me a grand total of 1.77 for the week. Yeah, but it's still at 30-day. No, it's not, because your 30-day high is over here. Okay, 30-day high is over here. All right. Now we are here. Okay, we are challenging the 30-day high. Okay, I'm already in the money because I sold the 26s. We're sitting at 26.20. Okay, so I'm in the money now, and I'm betting that it will stay above 26 come Friday. That's just my bet, because that would be the new 30-day high. 30-day high here, and this is getting close to the 30-day high, but not quite. But see, she went up, and then she had the pullback. Okay, so she went up. There was profit taking. Now 3 days to the upside. Today's day number 4. From which country are you? I'm in the United States. Plus dividend Thursday. Yeah, you can't forget that dividend. When is the dividend for AEO? Okay, yeah, no. AEO is next Thursday. Okay? Okay, this is where we are now. AEO is next Thursday, and that dividend is 12 cents. Not really nothing to brag about. All right, CyberTrade, thank you for that. Okay, so there's nothing really to brag about the dividend for AEO other than it's coming up. Okay, guess you're betting it won't be rejected at 30-day high. Well, if I get it out this week, great. If not, I'll take it into next week. First is earning beat. Yeah, don't get me wrong, earnings do have some tendency to move stocks, but it's never been very predictable and consistent. Dividends are consistent. Alrighty, so that was AEO, WBA, CHPT, JD Thursday. We'll see. CHPT. You know what I haven't heard from tonight? I haven't heard from Lone Wolf. is Lone Wolf in the house. CHPT. ChargePoint Holdings. That's going to be a definite no. Okay, $1.82. Really? What kind of dividend can you get on a $1.82 stock? Okay, yeah, that's a no. TSM. 141 to 142. Okay. Well, let's take a gander at TSM. Taiwan Semiconductor. We looked at this last week too. Yes, I do use Robinhood. Okay, I like Robinhood. Robinhood is easy to use. It's right there on my phone. Hey, wow. I always wondered what I look like with a mustache and a cowboy hat. That was interesting. Thanks. All right. That was, yeah, I should have taken a picture of that one. The wife would have liked that one. All right, so here we go. TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. I don't know why we even look at Taiwan Semiconductor. Is it TYN or TSM? TSM. Is that right? All right, 7, 8. They only pay once a year. All right, they paid once a year, 19, 20. Now they're paying 4 times a year. Okay. March, June. All right, so I'm not going to be paying in until June. Thank you for that. TSEM. What's TSEM? It's always a TSM. I'll finish looking at TSM. Hold on a second. TSM a year ago was at 92.59. They bottomed out at 81.54. Okay, last 90 days. Okay, 90 days ago today, we opened up at 102.25. Okay, bottomed out at 98.93. That was in the beginning of January. Okay, she gaps up once, keeps on going. Look at the top right here, 158.40. That was not last week, but the week before. Okay, you got your pullback, up a little bit, another pullback, up today. I like 2 days to the upside before I jump in. But anyway, it was a nice jump yesterday. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. The last 30 days. Okay, 30 days ago today was the 30-day bottom. What website are you using to see dividend payouts? This is Thinkorswim. Okay, this is through Charles Schwab. Okay, so we got our 30-day bottom. 5 days later, we have our 30-day top. Okay, from there, she drops down, bounces back up, drops down again. Now, today's only 1 day to the upside. I like to see 2 days to the upside before I even think about jumping in. But the 41.49, okay, the 41s are going for 240. 290. The 40s, the 140s are going for 294. That might be a better one. Okay, so let's look at the 140s. Clear, let's do the 140s. There we go. Okay, it's 1500 for 138. That's over 1%. Okay. Now, I like over 1%, 2 strikes in. What does that mean? Okay, well, at the money right now, let's delete this. At the money right now is the 142. Okay? The stock price is 141.78. The closest strike price is the 142. Now, the 142 is paying $1.93, which is over 1%. Okay, that's out of the money. The stock has to move up. Okay, but if I do the 141s, the stock doesn't have to move at all. Okay, and I'm making over 1%. 140, I'm still making over 1%. Okay, Even at the 139, I'm still making over 1%. Okay, the further in you go, the less risk there is. Because when's the last time this thing has seen 140? Okay, well, not that far ago. Okay, 138, that's quite a bit. Okay, so what is the ticker? TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. All right, it's midnight. Dudes, I've been here for 3 hours. Okay, 3 hours. I'm going to call it a night. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. I should get that thing. Batman. Some people remember that, some people don't. Secretariat, you're still here, dude. Way to go. Draft, you're still here. Die Hard, man. Gail, thank you. You're welcome. Flip and Fix, way to go. Alrighty. Trying to find a way to come up with 1.4 thousand to get in 3M. Hey, Draft, I can show you something cool. You're in the morning show, so ask me tomorrow, Draft. I'll give you a really cool idea with 3M, where you don't have to come up with that kind of money. All right, so done over here. Bye, y'all on Instagram, and now bye, you all on YouTube, and now. Timothy, hi, bye. Sounds great. All right, bye, you all over here on TikTok. Well, 14, way to go. And bye, you all down here. Stop streaming.